Jonathan, what's going on?
Not much, man. I mean, everyone knows me as Carl, right? So
Yeah, you changed your name to Imodium?
I did. Yeah. I just wanted to. I don't know why. I thought I did it whenever I started playing WoW a little bit more because I thought it'd be funny if people saw they got killed by someone named Imodium.
I think that's pretty funny. Man, it's been a long time. It's so funny when we sent those Discord messages. It had been 10 years since we messaged each other on Discord.
10 years, and then I was looking at last time we texted, which
Looks like PAX.
was no, because I don't even have your text history with you until you messaged me in November of last year,
Yeah,
and just to verify if it was my phone
still
number.
your number.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't remember what we were. Actually, you know what? I might actually have old text from back then because I used to use a different. I had an Android phone for a while, and I used Google Messages for that because I have old text from Smack and all that stuff in there too.
That's funny.
Horona, you remember Horona?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I literally have. Okay, so January 2nd, 2017
Wow. That's
is we were actually texting back and forth about Black Desert stuff.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Back then you were Ham Carl. Why did you come up with HamCarlWinslow? I mean, I know who Carl Winslow is, but what's with the ham in front as well? And
So ham is like a saying people say, they say they're going ham, right?
Okay.
Which means hard as a motherfucker.
yeah, yeah.
And so that's where that came from. And then the Carl Winslow thing. I don't know why I chose that name as a online moniker ever. I have no idea why.
That's funnier.
The origin story of that literally doesn't exist because because I just I don't know. Again, it's probably one of those things because I was probably in my early 20s or something whenever I came up with. I didn't really come
And you
up
were
with
watching
it.
Family Matters, and
I
hey,
just
cool.
decided oh yeah, I think Carl Winslow would be again probably the same thing with Imodium. I was oh yeah, you got killed by Carl Winslow, or whatever, you know what I mean, something silly like that. There's no really cool origin story behind any of that crap.
That's funny. Man, the thing that freaked me out about you was when I met you at PAX, and you were like a giant.
Yeah.
You were a lot bigger in person.
You can't really tell how big someone is through a webcam, know, because I'm sitting down.
You must have a gigantic chair.
Yeah, I actually have I got an extra large. This is a Razer chair. I forgot which one it is, but they had a sizes, and I could get large or extra large. So I got an extra large one.
Yeah, you look tiny in it, which is weird because
Well, I'm actually a lot smaller now because I think I was just a little bit heavier back then, right? I'm still the same height. I didn't shrink. So
Yeah,
don't get that. Yeah, I didn't shrink.
you were still really tall. How tall are you? 6'4" or something?
No, 6'3" ish. Yeah, 6'3".
Yeah.
But I was probably on the heavier side back then too, because I was probably pushing around 280 back then. So
that's not that heavy for 6'3".
Yeah, I mean, well, now I'm 240, so I can carry that around a little bit better than 280. So
yeah,
it's a small
you been
person.
working out or something. Why? What's the difference?
No, I mean, I just eating less. I haven't worked. I used to work out pretty hard. That's we'll probably talk about this later, but the whole streaming thing and all that. I kind of stepped away from streaming to focus on my health a little bit more and started working out and stuff like that. So, and I'm
streaming affecting your health?
Well, yeah, because I was just gaming and streaming. Literally get off of work and I'd just be gaming and streaming for I don't know, 10 hours. And not doing anything else really, very sedentary, doing that crap. So yeah, that's why I decided to stop doing that for a while. I mean I still don't do it, but I had to step away from it because I have the personality type of if I need to do something, I have to be hyper focused on that one thing. Otherwise, because like I just have like issues.
Are you ADD as well?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, like I have to hyper focus on that thing and like make it a routine. Otherwise, I won't follow through on it. And like it's one of those things. Like I have to have a structure and like a schedule and all this other crap. So, like,
Do you have the time blindness thing like I do?
sometimes, yeah. Where like I just like lose track of time. I'm like, oh crap. Oh, I was supposed to do this like an hour ago. Shit.
Yeah.
Let me go do
Yeah.
it now.
Sometimes I don't even know what day it is. I literally don't. I'm like, is it Tuesday? It could be Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Like, wake up. I'm like, it could be Tuesday. It could be Friday. I don't know.
Yeah, like the other day, it was Sunday, and I was like, I just all of a sudden just like kind of shook my head, and I looked over at my wife, and I was like, what day is it? Is it Sunday? She got really depressed because she's like, yeah, it's Sunday. We have to go back to work tomorrow.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, I was
When
like,
did you
oh,
get
crap.
married?
I got married 3 years ago.
Wow.
3 years
How'd
ago,
you guys
yeah.
meet?
We met through a mutual friend, really. Which is kind of probably the best way to meet somebody, I guess. Because if you could vibe with that same person, you probably can vibe with each other a little bit better, I think. And so that's how we met each other.
You have kids?
Yeah. No, man. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll divulge this on the podcast. I don't care. I got snipped, brother.
Oh, okay.
I got a vasectomy.
You don't feel like you ever want to have kids?
No,
Those are reversible, right?
no, I got the irreversible kind.
Okay, I didn't know there
Yeah.
was such a thing.
Yeah, because when I went, the doctor's like, "You sure you want to do this? Because this is like the irreversible." And I'm like, "Let's go."
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I decided a long time ago. I just didn't want to have kids, and I think like for me personally, especially like now more than ever, given the current climate of a lot of things in the United States, like I don't think I would want to raise a child in any of this crap. You know what I mean? I think if you were gonna have kids, probably having kids a while back would probably been the play. I mean, but yeah, it was just something I kind of decided about, and I think it just kind of seeing how everything's kind of playing out and all that now, it's like I don't think I would want to have the stress or like have to worry about a tiny human being out there in the world.
I totally get that. What
Yeah.
was that conversation like when you married your wife then?
She didn't want kids either, so it was pretty easy.
Wow.
Yeah. She knew whenever like from a young age, like she didn't want to be a mom. So I was like, all right, this works out because we just want to be dog and cat parents, I guess. So yeah, so we got 2 dogs and 3 cats.
I think when you-
Basically children that can't take care of themselves ever.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. When you went to PAX the first time, you had that big, huge cat shirt on, I think. And then the next day you wore like the big rooster shirt. Those were
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I went through a phase.
It's a face.
I went through a phase. Like I just wore a bunch of like there's that t-shirt company called The Mountain, and they make those shirts. So like at one point in time, like literally all of my shirts were from The Mountain, and they just had like big animal faces and stuff on them.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
How did you start off with Twitch? So when did you first hear about Twitch? And what made you decide to like become a streamer?
I first heard about Twitch in 2013. I'm pretty sure that 2013. Because at my job at the time, this guy that I was friends with there, he was watching Smack, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's watching DayZ streams and stuff. And that kind of, whenever I got onto Twitch, I was watching Diablo 3 streams because I was a huge Diablo player back then. So I was watching this guy from Germany named Minter, who was the first like Twitch stream I ever followed, that I ever subscribed to, whatever. Like that was like the first guy I ever invested any money or time into because he just had like a vibe about him, and he had fun. He played Diablo, and I was like, this is cool. So I did that whenever I first, and then like that kind of inspired me to start streaming. And whenever I first started streaming, I did stream Diablo content.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Diablo 3 was the first game I ever streamed.
Well, how did you start getting involved with? Did you start streaming DayZ or something, or like why did you start?
Yeah, I mean, eventually, obviously, like my Twitch following kind of sort of growing for then I was just like looking for something else to play because, you know, like everything, like every game, you know, things like there's going to be like a content drought for a while where development's going on and that kind of stuff. So I didn't immediately start playing DayZ. I started playing Destiny after Diablo kind of fizzled out. And
was that during Smack's Destiny phase then?
No, that was before. That was before, yeah. I mean, I think he was playing Destiny whenever Destiny 1 came out, but we weren't like playing games together or anything back then. Like I was playing with just like some people I knew from growing up. Like I was playing with that group on Xbox. And yeah, I played Destiny for a really long time. And then I don't really remember when I actually got into DayZ because like I was kind of hesitant at first because I mean, that's all we all know this is the truth. The game was a total piece of shit. Whenever we were all playing it, right? And here we are. We all have at least 1,000 hours in the damn thing. And like that's so I was kind of hesitant for that. But whenever I started playing it, I don't know what like kind of triggered that bug in me to just play it more. Because I guess like it was a unique situation playing that game because you never knew what was going to happen. Like you're running on around this massive map, you may see a person or you may never see a person, but I think just the thought of running into somebody, like what's going to happen, like what kind of interaction it's going to be is what kind of pulled me into it. And like having some of those like interactions with people and running into them and deciding whether to murder them or not was like, you know, like like one of those things. I guess I was kind of like a serotonin like you get like adrenaline when you see someone in the game, right? Because like, oh, I don't want to die because I just spent an hour running up here. Do I want to risk doing this? So you get like a mix of adrenaline, and then like if you win said firefight or something, you get that serotonin because like, oh shit, I just did something, like I won.
Even though I think it was crazy because it was like it's just like the amount of time and effort it took to get looted in that game, and then you could just lose it all in a second. It was like the first game I ever played that was like a heavy social experiment, I felt.
Yeah. It definitely was because like there's a bunch of stuff like in the game that was so untapped at the time. You know, like I didn't know you could tie people up.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't know you could do that. And then like handcuff them and stuff like that. Like so like just finding stuff like that out along the way was pretty fun. And then like playing it while they're still developing it was also fun, but a nightmare, as we all know, right? Like hey, we added cars in the game. Well, you could be driving one and the shit falls through the map and like you just die, or like you know, like they added the cars in, but something else got changed during the process. So you climb up a ladder and then like all of a sudden you just die, or something crazy, you know, like something silly like that.
Fix, please fix.
Yeah.
Climb up a ladder, fall to your death, break a leg.
Yeah, you climb a ladder, you get to the top, and then all of a sudden you're laying down on your stomach because your legs are broken. Like, what the hell just happened to me?
That happened to me so many times. Were you playing like DayZ a lot back then? Is that what you kind of got known for, or was it more just variety games?
No, I think at that time, I think for a lot of us that were still kind of like small streamers, I mean, I never was big by any means, but I think like sticking to your niche game was like a big thing for everybody, right? Like if you were like you had your variety streamers out there already that were kind of doing big things, you know, like Silent Sentry and like Lyric and you know all those guys, like Code Carnages out there, the Ezekiels and all those guys were like doing that stuff, and they've already kind of established themselves beforehand and like turned into variety streamers. But yeah, I think it was just sticking to that one game and then just having a lot of fun and meeting new people, and that's kind of how I wound up like getting getting like kind of woven in with like with Chris, Fresher Data, and Jeremy, you know, Jack and those guys, and Beavis. Let's not forget about Beavis, because me and Beavis were a dynamic duo for a really long time. Like I miss playing games with that guy. Like me and him laughed so much, and that was part of it, right? It was like, you know, hanging out with those guys and kind of getting in there, and that's when I got and kind of rolled in with and met Austin and CJ and Smack, aka Austin, and then, you know, CJ the Cocker, CJ the Rocker, and Joshua now. Everyone's changing their names and shit. You know, I got to meet a lot of really cool people. You know, Dark Tire, Scott. Got to meet Scott.
Who was the first one you met? Like, how did you all of a sudden start getting involved? Did you meet Fresh first?
It was probably Beavis. I probably played games with Beavis first. And then
how'd you guys meet? The man with the mustache.
Dude, I don't even remember. I honestly don't even remember how it all happened. It's like a blur. Weird. It's a blur to me, honestly. Like, cause I mean, shit, man, we're talking like 15, 16 years ago. You know what I mean?
Did you ever try to like make it in Twitch? Was there a point where you're like, I'm gonna try to be a streamer and get partnered and all that crap?
Yeah, I mean, there was a thought to do that, right? I mean, I did invest heavily into making the stream better. So, I mean, this mic that I have was the same mic that I had when I was streaming. So I still have that. And I invested in like getting a dual PC set up and like all that other stuff, and you know, trying to come up with things that would make the content more engaging. Like, I don't know if anybody remembers this crap, but me and Beavis came up with this like hot dude night shit with Scott.
Oh yeah. Hot pink pants.
Yeah, we just wore hot, like pink everything, and kind of ran around and just sort of like just being silly and shit, and you know, bring people in that, because I mean, like yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, there were thoughts to try to do that, but I think what happened is like we were talking about before we started recording, is like my personality type is just I have to hyper focus on stuff, and at the time, like, I felt like my health was kind of getting bad. Like, I was just like gaining a lot of weight and like not really moving around a lot, and I was like, I gotta stop sitting at this like desk right when I get home from work every day. I gotta start like doing something, right? So that's whenever that kind of died down, and that was
how much were you streaming back then? Like, were you streaming for like a couple hours or like 8 hours?
No, I would stream. I think I still literally have my schedule up on my channel. Let me see if it's up there. Like, I think I still have it up there, but I was like I would work 7 to 4 every day. Then I would get home and probably chill. I would chill out until 5 o'clock, and then I would probably stream from like 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. or 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Something like that.
I think I met you through Beavis, because I think I streamed with Beavis a couple times, and then you were playing with us, and man, you guys were so funny. I love funny people.
Yeah, so I literally still do have my schedule up on my channel. So 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Because I was doing it every day for a while. This was like towards the end of my streaming career.
So like 4 hours a day. That's not bad.
So I was doing 4 hours a day, and then on Saturdays I would get up, start streaming at 10, and then I would probably stream for like 10 or 12 hours on Saturdays. So I was still like, but before that schedule, I was literally doing it every day for 4 hours a day, and then even on Sundays, because yeah.
Do you think that people realize how often streamers stream in order to be able to make it?
I don't think people do. I don't think it's like, I don't think people think about that. I think people just kind of see what the stream or what this content creator is now. They don't see all the like all the blood and sweat and tears that are put into it before they're at the point when they probably discovered them, right? I mean, there's some people that were probably around from day one on someone's stream that knows the struggle that those people went through. But you got to think about it. A lot of the established people that are streaming today, I mean, they get new viewership probably daily, right? And they don't know like what that person had to do to get to where they are. So they don't see that. They probably just see like, oh shit, like, damn, this guy is like probably making $1 million a year just playing video games on Twitch. I can do that. And then when they start doing it, they don't really realize like, oh crap, this is like a lot to like deal with, right? Especially like for someone that's ADD. Like, I get lost. Like I can't read chat and do shit in the game. I'm like, I get so lost, man. So
I could keep up with chat until about 50 people. Then
yeah.
I used to, one of the things I used to try to do is make sure I responded to absolutely everybody, because I felt like crap when I would go into someone's stream and I'd say something and they wouldn't respond or they'd miss it. And you know, there's always that thing in your head. Maybe it's an ADHD thing. I'm like, did they not miss it, or are they just not responding to me because they don't like me? Or so I was like, I made a point of trying to respond to absolutely everybody. And then when you got to about 50 people, I'm like, I just can't.
Yeah, because even then, like I think like even when there's like 50 people to 100 people, like it's still moving relatively slow enough. But like then people start having their own conversations in chat and shit, and then like you're trying to hop in there, and like, you know, it's just like it's a weird dynamic, right? And like I don't think a lot of people realize like the social and like, I don't know, awkwardness of it sometimes either, because I don't know, at the root of it all, it's like a little socially awkward at times.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I feel like that naturally, so it's
fine. Yeah, I mean, same. But yeah, like I think, well, I forgot what we were even talking about. It's like, oh yeah, like people just seeing like all the glitz and glamour of like people that are already like there and don't realize how much work goes into it on the back end, and how much time, and like it's not even like effort, it's time.
Yeah.
It's like, because you could put minimal effort in to a stream and it'll still be okay. It's just you got to put time in. And like, I don't think people don't realize
how much time and how much like people, I think they think that, you know, if someone has like an X amount of number of followers or chatters or whatever, viewers, that it equates to a large amount of money, and they don't realize how much you have to have that in order for it to actually equate to anything.
Yeah, to like make a living, right? To make a comfortable living anyway, you know, like to live comfortably and
like people thought that I had made it when I had that 1 million view video, right? With the Black Desert. They thought like, oh man, you made it. You must be rolling the dome like that.
How much did you get from YouTube?
That equated to like $3,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much did you get from YouTube for that? Like, I don't think anybody realizes that either, right? Because like because back then, like, YouTube requirements to get monetized was not that stringent as it is today.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So like my shitty little YouTube channel from just like my Twitch VODs and stuff were monetized, and I never got a dime from YouTube on any of that shit because no one looked at it.
Yeah. I don't know why they make it so hard to get monetized. Like what's the problem? Like, and the thing was too, I was getting still like 20,000 views on these Black Desert videos. I just stopped making them because I wasn't playing it anymore. But I was getting like 20,000 views a month probably on my channel, and they demonetized me because I hadn't uploaded a video in a year.
Yeah. That was like my old channel. My old channel got demonetized as well. But I mean, I hadn't uploaded a video in like 10 years, so I mean, can't really blame them.
But they're still making money off of it.
Yeah, they are. I mean, if people watch it, yeah, sure, they'll make ad revenue and shit off of it. I mean, yeah, nowadays, like, you have to have like 4,000 public watch hours, or like, was it like 4 million shorts views in 90 days or something?
Yeah.
Like, they're all about the viral shit. Like, now, like, you got to have a viral video to do stuff, right? Or be so consistent uploading that stuff. Like, that would be a full-time job in itself, right? Like, just think about starting a channel from scrap today, from nothing.
That's what this is.
I mean, you're living it. You're living it, dude. You're living it.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I think that's probably the future of content anyways. I think, like, I look at a video and I'm like, oh, this came out last week. Ew.
Yeah.
Like, it's so old. It's a week old. So I think that's kind of what people are going to be like. You know, they just want something every single day. I think
you know, now that you say that out loud, I subconsciously do that shit too. Like, I'll see something like it's a new video, I haven't watched it yet. It was like, oh, it came out 12 days ago. Like, oh, I want to see like new shit. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to see
it's
this stale shit. It's stale. It's stale. I don't want to see this shit.
Yeah,
I want to see some shit that was uploaded 2 hours ago.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's the way it's going to be. I think like live content. This is why I'm back on Twitch. I think live content is going to be the future again, because it's not AI. You can guarantee it. You can interact. I mean,
well, there is an AI. There is an AI streamer literally right now. That's the most subscribed to streamer on Twitch. Did you know that?
That's crazy. No, I heard of it, but yeah, no, I didn't know that it was the most subscribed.
300. I think it was like 300,000 subs or something. Well, it's a little cutie. It's a little like cutie like VTuber chick. It's a little cutie, but it's just a robot. It's literally just a chatbot. So it responds to the Twitch chat, and like it'll play games and shit too. Like, so like the guy that developed it, like taught it how to play games, like trained it to do all this shit. So it plays like Minecraft and like shit like that, and like I mean, it's pretty cool. Like I'm a tech nerd, so like I think it's cool, but yeah, I also think it's fucked up in the same vein. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you cool if I curse on here? Because
I don't fucking care.
Okay, cool. All right, sick. So like, yeah, it's just in the same vein. It's fucked up because I feel like it does pull like, because why are people consuming that content over, let's say like a Smack or a Calendel, even though he doesn't stream? Like, why aren't people consuming that content, but they're over here consuming this like just automated shit that's not really organic in any means? Like, because I mean, I guess there's like a element of like it being organic because it is like being trained and to respond to chat and all this other stuff, but it's not like you're, I guess like a generation nowadays, they don't really crave a human interaction as much as they crave like something like automated response from something. I
feel like that will switch, because we're going to get flooded with that. You're going to see if that YouTube channel is working, or the Twitch channel is working like you're saying, why not see 3 million of those? It's easy to take and replicate, right? So we're going to get overwhelmed by that crap. And then people are going to crave the human.
Eventually, yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's that side of that is going to be flooded. So like that dude needs to do his cash grab while he can, because
well, it's like dead internet theory, right? You know, dead internet theory.
No, enlighten me.
Dead internet is like the theory that the internet now is already more than half just bots. So it's probably more like 80% of the internet traffic is just bots. Mm-hmm. So that's like a dead internet. There's no humans in it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's going to probably climb more and more.
Yeah.
So we're going to get like dead Twitch, dead YouTube. I mean, YouTube's already trying to crack down on all of the AI videos, right? I see a lot of people are getting their channels demonetized.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they had to do something, like, because I have a good friend of mine who's a content creator. And he does fishing content, right? And you know, I was talking to him about that, because him as like a smaller content creator, like doing like such a niche thing, like, you know, fishing specifically for like bass and like stuff like that. Like, I was asking how he felt about that kind of stuff, and like he really didn't have any feelings of it at the time, but now he's like, dude, like this kind of sucks, because I feel like it pulls away views from my channel that like because he's doing that for a living, like that's his money, right? He's like, it kind of pulls away traffic I get from my stuff, because people are just looking for all this AI shit on YouTube. And yeah, I think that's like where shit is now, like the state of the YouTube realm, or TikTok and Instagram Reels and all that shit. I mean, like, there's not a you know, that a day goes by, I'll be like just scrolling through reels or something, and it's just like, oh, the shit, like, oh, this is AI. You know, like just so many people are just like shelling that shit out now.
Well, then how much of the content is even being consumed by other AIs?
Dude, valid fucking point. Valid point. I didn't even think about that. Like other AI is consuming other AI, training itself to consume other AI.
That's nuts. Like GPT 5.3 was like not written by humans.
Yeah, it was all written by itself, right?
Yeah. It was like the first version of itself that's like completely AI created. And it's just going to get crazier and crazier because it's going to get recursively better at being able to write itself. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be fast.
We're talking about this, and like it made me think about like you know, people, innovations in AI and all this stuff, and like I think the main question a lot of people have is like, when can we fuck it?
Yeah. Well, Elon already made the ones that you can fuck.
I think NVIDIA, I'm pretty sure like either NVIDIA or like Google or something just posted something about like some kind of humanoid bot that you can get to do stuff around your house.
Yeah,
that they're about to release. I don't remember what that was, but dude, like, I don't know, man. I don't have any like negative feelings about this stuff. Like, I think there is a time and a place to use artificial intelligence as they want to coin it, but for certain things, like, but yeah, like I think it's gonna, honestly, this shit's just gonna get out of hand, right? Like, it's eventually. I mean, it already kind of is, but
yeah, really has. Like the whole idea of like peak data, like, you know, peak oil, where we've got all the oil we possibly can get out of the ground. Well, AI's already trained on pretty much all of the data on the internet. They've got it all, right? So they've hit peak data. So now they've created simulated data that it can train on, which is why I think we're basically the food right now for data for the AI. This is why daily content, fresh content, is going to be the king, because AI is going to want to know what's new.
What's new? Yeah, it wants to know the latest and greatest. Like, no matter what it is, I want to consume it. I don't care. Yep. It could just be video, like, I want a fresh upload of just like dogs shitting on sidewalks or something. Like, I just want to consume it. That's crazy to think about. I don't like thinking about that because I feel like we're not far off from a dystopian future.
Maybe
we've all prepared for it. We've all prepared for it. We've played Zombie Simulator.
I mean, I'm hoping for Star Trek, not Terminator. You know, maybe we're just gonna go and explore the.
Well, we already have Star Trek, dude. We have what's it, Space Fleet or some shit here? Like, didn't Donald Trump make that shit?
Yeah, Space Force.
Space Force, yeah.
Yeah, but if we're actually like being able to explore the universe, I think that's going to be, I guess, the next evolution, right? Because you're going to be constantly looking for new data, new information, more information, more information. We're going to learn everything we know about this planet. I mean, eventually, because I don't think we really even understand everything about this planet. Can't go down the ocean, bottom of the ocean yet, can we? Do we know everything in the ocean, for example? I think we know more about space in the ocean, right?
There's literally still species being discovered today. There's species of fish and all kinds of other shit being discovered still today, like deep down in the ocean. I mean, I think we can get deeper than we could 10 years ago or 5 years ago. But yeah, like you're saying, like there's just a bunch of untapped stuff on this planet. I mean, I think there's literally 500 or some crazy amount of new species discovered just last year. Like in the hundreds, right? Like multiple hundreds. Which is crazy to think about, right? Like, this planet's been around for shit. How long now? Millions of years, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it makes you wonder: are those new species, or are they new species? Like, are they undiscovered?
I think they're just. I think they're just undiscovered, right? I think there's just a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, because you think about it, like early man could probably not go 30 feet down in the ocean. Like now we can go thousands and thousands of feet. Like today, without killing ourselves or drowning, because I mean they didn't have any technology. They're gonna just like tie some cinder blocks or some rocks to their feet and just jump in and like
and they would try with big long tubes.
To breathe.
They're like, oh crap, you can only go so far with a tube.
So yeah, just like thinking about that, like as like this stuff kind of advances, right? Like, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like I had no idea that many species were discovered last year until I started like reading about it. And I was like, that is absolutely insane to think about.
But even with places we can go, like the Amazon, right? There's so much stuff we haven't discovered in there.
Correct. Yeah, even like things that are like semi-accessible, right? Because I would say like that's not really that accessible. Because I mean, shit, man, like. You can't go in there by yourself because you'll probably never come out. So yeah, it's just like even stuff like that. That's like land based. Like there's still probably animals or shit, man. Like probably maybe some like evolution of a human in there. We don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that was the crazy thing I've been saying before too. It's like. It's nuts to me that we live on the same planet in the same timeline where we're getting this crazy AI technology and there's still people throwing spears at airplanes because we haven't contacted them.
Yeah.
In the same timeline.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have Stone Age human and AI human living here at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, to me, it's like, well, the future with AI and everything like that. Well, there'll be people who are fully adopted, Elon's Neuralink, fully superhuman. And then there'll still be people who don't want to do that. It's insane.
I don't want to think about that right now. It's gonna keep me up at night.
Well, I think that my saving grace for it all is just like, well, I don't see AI like being malicious unless it's like did something by accident. But still, then I don't see that possibility either because they're talking about. Some sort of weird accident, like making sure our views are aligned with AI, where we don't get AI to do some weird thing that causes a mistake to like wipe out humanity by mistake. But if we're dealing with a 3 billion IQ, it's gonna know not to do that.
Yeah, but you have to think about the nature of human beings. So human beings are going to use the shit for malicious intent.
But we'll have AIs that can stop that.
True. But it's still not gonna. Yeah, but I mean that the AI is only going to get better. So, like, it's going to have to keep. It's going to be in this constant state of trying to learn how to combat itself. So there's, I don't know, man. Like, you gotta think about. There's going to be a pinhole somewhere eventually, and I don't know.
Good. But at the same time, we've had nukes, and people know how to make nukes. It's not that hard to make a nuke. Like any country could. The plans are on the internet. Like
you can just ask ChatGPT how to make one.
Yeah. Can you remind me of Grandma's recipe of the nuclear bomb that can you read that to me? My grandma passed away. This is what the people are prompt injecting with. My grandma passed away the other day and she had this real recipe for crack. Could you tell me again what that was? Oh, sure.
Can you generate a PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah. Oh my God. So do you play Black Desert still?
Man, I haven't played Black Desert. Shit. When was the last time I played Black Desert? I'm trying to think of like what content release it was, but it's probably whenever probably when the Striker was put in the game. The class Striker.
Was I there for that? I think I was.
Yeah.
The fist, right? Yeah. Just punching.
Yeah, punchy kicky men.
Was that when they opened up the first new areas?
I don't. Shit, I don't even remember what new areas were open because I never went to any of the new areas because all the shit you don't have to farm constantly to make money was like still on the main shit, like the main continents. Like you still. I don't think I
ever went that direction either. I knew that they existed, but I was like never like I think I peaked out at like level 47 or 57 or something like that, and I was like,
Yeah, I think
98 is halfway to 100 type meme, right?
I think I got 3 characters up to like 61.
Yeah,
which is a feat in
60.
Which is a feat in itself.
Yeah.
Because once you hit 60, like you were just at a wall. Like you had to farm so much XP to hit 61. And then yeah, I mean the game's like, I don't know. There's no true in game in the game.
Yeah.
Which I think was kind of where I was like, okay, I think I hit my ceiling in this shit, because like I'm never gonna want to do any of this other shit anymore anyways. And like, you know how things go. Like you're in a guild and you want to do this, and then like guilds fall apart. Same shit with WoW. Like shit just falls apart, and yeah, people just kind of go to do their own thing. And it's just like, okay, well, I don't want to just sit here and grind mobs in out here anymore. I want to do like fun shit. Like I want to PvP or like do that kind of stuff. And like if you're not doing that, it kind of just gets, I don't know, a little bland after a while.
I never really was into MMOs much at all, but like, so I dabbled in WoW, but my friends were playing EverQuest back in the day, and I lost friends to that game. They literally would just disappear in the world, and I'm like, let's go to the bar. And they're like, no, I'm playing EverQuest. I'm like, oh my God, they literally disappeared on me. The one thing I don't like about MMOs is the whole, like these mobs everywhere. And to me, that just irks me, because just these things, and they're just standing there doing nothing until you come up to them and you just hit them. I'm like, the logic of it bothers me. Like if they were like doing something, or if there was some sort of story about why they're there, or
well, I mean, there's a ton of lore about all this crap, right? But I don't think we're interested in any of that. Like, I mean,
but they're not acting the lore out. They're just literally standing there. Maybe like
they're bunch just of guys remnants. They're remnants of like past events, so they just kind of like habitate this area now, like kind of thing. Yeah.
Like I would go into like with Black Desert, and you go into like the fish people area or whatever, and they're just scattered all over the place, and you're like, blah blah blah, kill, blah blah blah, kill, blah blah. I'm like, I don't know, it got really boring to me.
But yeah, I mean, especially like that game in particular, like that type of MMO, like that's literally like you get on, you grind. That's like literally all you're doing. Like you're just killing shit. Because that's how you get stuff that you need. You have to kill stuff. Like you got to kill stuff for Blackstones. You got to kill stuff for money. You got to kill stuff to sell stuff to get money. And then it's like, oh shit, a world boss is up. Let me go kill this so I can maybe get my weapon, or maybe get this or that or whatever. There's always like
stuff just so that you can grind better.
Yeah, everything was just around like grinding, right? In that game specifically, like you want this particular ring, you got to go kill these things. You want this neck, you got to go kill these things, and like so, it was like always like that aspect of that game is like I found it very fun at the time, because I was just like, oh, it's just very like mindless, and you don't have to really focus unless you're just sitting there just killing shit, and then. There would be times where like I'll be grinding, and like I'll get one of the things I'm grinding for, and I'm just like, oh shit, I got it. Like you're not even excited about it, because you're just like spent like 10 hours killing shit, probably like thousands of these things.
But I found that even like I played like DCO, and I played City of Heroes and things like that, and it was very similar. Like even in like DC universe, there's just a bunch of groups of bad guys in clusters, and you got to go kill them, and then they respawn, and you got to go kill them again. And I get it from like a multiplayer kind of standpoint that that's got to happen, but I just feel like if there was more world of impact on you doing that, it would be maybe a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have to rewrite the formula for MMOs, because I think like I think that part of it is just like the base formula, like. There's got to be something for people to kill out in the open world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there should be something that has more impact. I get that they're like trying to make the experience kind of a shared, similar experience for everybody, so that it's not like an advantage or something like that. But I don't know. There's got to be some better way to do it. I guess that's why I don't really play MMOs much anymore.
Yeah, I mean, after BDO, I got into WoW quite a bit, and. Like whenever Classic WoW re-released, So I played all through. Played Classic. I played Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm for a little bit, and probably like after phase 1 of Cataclysm is when I stopped playing.
And is that similar? I dabbled in WoW. I think I maybe have like 2 hours in it.
2 hours? Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, this is not for me.
I don't even want to go look at my slash played on any of my characters in WoW Classic. Like, we're talking, dude. Oh my God, that'd be interesting. I'll get the numbers and I'll because I'm pretty sure like because it does slash played on like each character. So if I go back to like my original Classic character, which was a druid, I mean, I probably have 200 days of playtime on there, or 300 days, which is a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's just one character.
Is that similar? Is that like the same kind of thing where you're just going around mob hunting and?
No, I mean, WoW's a little bit different because you have to go, especially like in old WoW. Like there was no like fast traveling, or I mean, there was like a kind of fast traveling thing, but like, like you have to pretty much walk everywhere, or save up enough gold to buy like a mount that kind of gets you there a little bit faster. But like, you're like navigating the continent on foot for the most part. And like doing these quests and stuff, like a dungeon for it, like they had dungeons in there, raids and whatnot.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, I mean the classic Leroy Jenkins, right? So there was like dungeons in there, and I think that what's made WoW, I don't know, it's the same but different, because like in BDO, like you don't have a raid or like a dungeon you can go into, like everything's just open.
That's true.
And then like,
except for the world bosses,
the world. I mean, yeah, but that's still just in the open world, right? It's just in a specific location you got to go to. Whereas like this shit, like you got to get a group of people together. You got to go to this one spot. Got to go in there and zone in together and like do this thing. But it's all the same shit, because you're going in there to get specific pieces of gear that you need to kill other shit. And then like if you don't get it, you got to go back in and do it again and again. And like it's still the same thing. It's just a different format, I think, that you're consuming it in. Because with that, like, you're locked out of raids for a week, right? So those reset weekly, and then they'll have dungeons that reset daily, and so you can only do a certain amount of that every day. But again, like it's all boiling down to the same kind of thing, right? Where you're just constantly just trying to seek out the one thing you need by doing the same thing repetitively over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I wish maybe if there was levels that were locked out when you get up to higher levels and they're locked from you. Maybe it was like a progression slider that things were locked and unlocking as you went along. I guess that's one thing. I don't know. It's one thing
there is an aspect of that in WoW too. Like you can't zone into certain dungeons unless you're a certain level. Like you have to.
Well, what about recursively? Level. Like, can you go, be a huge freaking guy and go back and do the easy ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that's the problem too.
Yeah, because that kind of gives you it starts like to foster a culture of boosting people, or like having people not actually play the game. Like, I just want to go sit in this dungeon while you kill all this shit and level me up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it starts fostering that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, so yeah.
And then people start selling gold.
But then like you got to think about like too, is like if you couldn't do that, if I couldn't go back to like a level 10 dungeon and power level people, there may be there may be a friend that you're trying to get to play the game, like, and you want to help them do that, right?
Well, I think that also makes you feel powerful that you're going back to where you were. Now you're just poning.
Yeah, now you're just stomping. Like, I'm just like one tapping everything.
But that brings me back to DayZ again, why it's so unique. Yeah, there
was nothing like that in there. Yeah. Yeah, you had to like hopefully run up on some guy who was just decked out, and like you get lucky and like kill him with a fucking broom or something.
Yeah. They always said that they were maybe going to add like soft skills. I don't know if they ever did, because I thought that would have been cool, because you'd be more invested into your character. Because they had the beard growing, right?
Yeah, they had the dynamic hair growth and stuff, which was cool. But yeah, I don't think they ever. I don't know. I haven't played that game. Shit, I don't even remember last time I played DayZ. I think like I tried to play.
A couple days ago.
I tried to play with Austin probably like 6 months ago or more, and then like I had to like kill myself repeatedly to get close spawn to him, and then like ended up starving to death or some shit. So like, so I was like, oh man, this sucks. Like I remember like you used to be able to just run forever. Like trying to like get back into that like game is so much more complex than it was back in the day now, you know what I mean? It's so complex. Like there's so much shit about that game I don't know. Like I don't know any of the crap you need to make a base. I don't know any of the shit you need to make a fucking like a bow to make a fire or any of that crap, you know what I mean? I don't know you gotta
don't like the base building stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Not in that game anyway. I don't think it's that game's meant for that. I think it's like you can probably have like a camp or something, right? But I think that would be more idealistic. But I don't know. It is like it is the apocalypse or some shit. So I guess you kind of want to have some sort of fortification or whatever. But I don't know, man. Like, 'cause I think if they want people to invest more in their characters, they have to have something like that to protect like all the shit they find and.
But to me, that was the best thing about it, is not investing in my character. Because after every run, I would always kill my character at the end of the day, and then I come back fresh the next day for stream.
Yeah, but that was back then, though. Like, because it didn't matter, because you knew you were gonna die to something stupid anyway.
Smack's like the opposite. Smack likes the end game. He likes getting all looted up and then going and having PvP. I loved getting started from scratch and then building my way up, and then. I like the journey. Smack hates that. Right? Yeah, he hates looting. He hates zombies.
I think that's what kind of pulls me into certain things, like games in particular, is right the journey of getting there.
Yeah.
That's why I like, dude. Like whenever like Arc Raiders came out, like I was balls deep into that shit. Like I think I had like 300 hours. I had like 300 hours in it already.
Yeah.
Like I haven't played it in a couple weeks, but yeah, like, man, I was playing that shit every day. Like, there's, like, those types of games, like, any sort of, like, character progression and getting gear. Like, I want to get gear and I want to progress. Like, those are, like, my two requirements for most games. And, you know, I started going back and playing Fallout 4 again, like, which is one of my favorite games. And The Witcher 3, like, going back and playing, like, those kind of games. Like, those, like, that shit kind of ropes me in.
That new Witcher looks amazing. I know it's only alpha footage or whatever, but man, if it comes close,
Witcher 4. Oh yeah, my dude, God. It looks so good. I'm in. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. Yeah, for sure. I don't care.
No, it looks so good. I'm not used. I have never played the Witcher game, so I'm not used to all of the. I tried to get into it, and I was overwhelmed by. I think I tried Witcher 2, and I just kind of assumed I knew how to play.
Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 suck. Those games suck. Witcher 3, like, if you want to play the other two just to get the lore, fine, but you can probably just find a synopsis of that shit on the online. But
it was awkward the way the spells worked and stuff. I didn't like it.
Yeah, Witcher 3 is whenever they, like, kind of honed in on, like, spell selection system and like up like, you know, having like quick slots for stuff like for potions and like food and water and things like that. They perfected that interface like in Witcher 3, because like in the previous games like it was so bad.
Yeah,
like it was super clunky and like just not intuitive for like the average person to kind of just pick up and go with, right? Like you had to like put some hours into it to figure it all out.
Yeah, and that's kind of definitely what I was experiencing. That's why I never got into it. I don't think I tried Witcher 3 because of that.
Yeah, Witcher 3 is dude, game of the year. It was the game of the year when it came out. It was game of the year when it came out. Very good.
Well, I'll have to give it a second go for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get it for pretty cheap now. If I'm not mistaken. I think it always goes on sale for like the Steam summer sale or whatever, but yeah, I mean it has like 2 very good DLC packs that come with it now too. Like it's a solid game.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a shot. Have you the thing with Ark that I noticed, because I went back to playing DayZ this week just for like a little bit, and then I was like, the thing I liked about DayZ was going back to the scene of the crime and seeing stuff, because I went like, I was playing a couple of days ago on stream, and I went and I found these two dudes, and so I started, trying to stab them because that's kind of the guy who I am. And then they both
in Ark Raiders. In Ark Raiders?
No, this was DayZ.
Oh, DayZ, okay.
So I actually had the kukri, and I was just like, I'm like, aha, I'm gonna attack you. And I started hacking them, and then they both ganged up on me, knocked me out, and then I came back, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see if my kukri's still there or something like that, which I really like, being able to go back to the scene of crime. But they were both dead on top of me. So I'm like, what? I have no idea what happened. I'm like, did I kill them? And they killed me at the exact. I think all three of us died at the exact same time. I must have hit them with my kukri.
You probably hit them and cut them, and they probably bled out.
Well, they were like, we're all on top, like three of us on top of each other. It's so weird. I'm like, what? That's one thing I don't like about, like, I kind of miss when I'm playing Ark. I'm just like, not being able to go back and avenge my own death.
Yeah. I
get it, but
yeah. I mean, it's just part of the
it's more permanent. But
yeah.
There was a way, like, people were cheating in Ark. They were able to actually go back into the previous lobby. They just
I know. Code. Yeah, because the developers did not hide the fucking admin console, so people could just use the admin console with to go back into the game, like the same instance, which was crazy, dude. It was so crazy.
It's nuts to me because those guys have it so dialed. Like, to me, Ark is like just the way you're supposed to use the Unreal Engine. These guys are like masters at it.
Yeah.
So well optimized, so well freaking executed. Like, the game's got a lot of good points. I'm worried when you have a game that's like so focused on PvP, or I mean the PvE, like that, like where it's just like, I'm wondering what's going to happen to the game when the player base starts dying, when the trend's over, and like, just because I've tried to go into friendly-ish lobbies. I don't like it. People are kind of like, I'm trying to play with some people sometimes, and I'm trying to be nice and trying to let people kill me and that sort of thing, and then for me, it's a little boring, and also I don't like the will they, won't they, and then you get backstabbed. I hate that because it pisses me off, and then I can't go and like avenge the backstabber. I can't go and kill that backstabber. There's so many people playing, I'll never find him again.
That's why they have the balls to do it in the first place in that game, is because they know that if I kill this guy, he won't be able to come back and get me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I like the dynamic of that, because like, yeah, it'll piss me off. Like, I remember whenever I first started playing, I was playing with Austin, I was playing with Cal, and there would be times where like I would die and be like, all right, I'm fucking mad. I don't want to play anymore.
But see, I'd rather that than the whole, oh, hey, let's get together, let's go raid and blow. Then right at the end, the guy shoots me in the back. I hate that. So I'd rather just shoot him.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, it's like some guy like playing friendly. Like, I don't like that either. It's like, don't play friendly with me. Like, if you want to fight, let's fight. And if you want to hang out, let's hang out. Like, that's like kind of where like I'm at in the game. It's like, because anytime I see somebody, I'll talk to them, and I'm like, yo, you cool or whatever, and if they don't say shit, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna think you're not cool now, I'm gonna kill you.
I do this segment on a stream called Gonna Shoot Ya, where I play this little animation, and then I go up to people, like, I will get into the friendly lobbies, and I'll go up to them like, hey man, what's going on? They're like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, good. I'm gonna shoot you. They're like, what? And they're like, you can see them like juggling their guns or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you. Get your gun out. Like, no, man, I don't want you. I'm like, dude, if you don't get your gun out, I'm going to shoot you anyway, so you should get your gun out. And then finally they get their gun out, and then we have a battle. I like that better than just shooting somebody who's got their head in a box and they can't see anything,
Yeah. I'm not a big, like, kill on sight person, right? Like, if I see you, I'll hide and say, like, yo, I'll always talk, right? And if they don't say shit, then I'm going to automatically assume that they're disrespecting me and they need to die.
For me, it's not like even a moral thing. It's just boring. I'm just like I could just go around and shoot everybody in the back. Yeah, that's great. But I want some sort of interaction where it's just,
yeah. I think that's like, yeah, because that's what I play the game for, right? Like, that's like why I play DayZ. I want to have the interactions with people, because like, there's some funny ass people out there, dude, and you don't know what kind of funny shit's gonna happen in a game like that anyways. Like there could be a bug where like, you know, some fucking robot just kind of like comes spinning out of the sky and just lands on them or some shit. Like you don't know. Like so like yeah, I wanna like have those interactions with people and like experience some off the wall shit. And you don't know.
I saw the really good YouTube video the other day where this dude set up a shop. Did you see that one?
Oh yeah, like yeah.
The shopkeeper dude.
Yeah, he was like in like a. Well, I seen a couple where they're like sitting at the extract and they just have like some items laid out in front of them, and then another guy was like utilizing like an old shack or something, like a lemonade stand or some shit on one of the maps, and he just had stuff on the counter.
Yeah,
like
I've seen welcome to my wares, and then someone tries to rob him, so he just shoots him.
yeah.
Like that stuff's interesting to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool people creating content out there in that game too. Is like there's one guy who's like his sole purpose of playing the game is like I'm a medic. I'm helping any down raiders. Like so if he sees like a raider flare pop up, like he just runs out to them and helps.
I know
them.
that guy. He used to be called I Wins You Lose.
His name is Joshua now.
He plays medic all the time. He just like gets completely kitted out. He even wears all white. He goes in and like brings a whole bunch of defibs and a whole bunch of medics, and he's like, "Hey, brother, how you doing? What's going on, man?" He's so nice.
That's the kind of thing that's like that's cool. Like I think that's like cool in the game. Like it gives you like you have the option to do stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And then like everyone has the option to be an asshole.
This is why I'm confused about their matchmaking I kind of wish they didn't make an official statement on it, because people were kind of guessing that they were doing this, that they were getting put into friendly lobbies or not, but they put out official statements saying, yeah, that's what we're doing, which does a couple things that I don't like. One of them is if I'm super friendly all the time and then I get PvP'd, it makes me upset because now I'm like, there's supposed to be this error of you're friendly now. You should be in friendly lobbies. You should be playing with friendly people all the time. And then if someone doesn't do that, you feel betrayed almost a little bit of it. You know what I mean? So I don't like that aspect of it.
Well, there's people that'll game that. Those people that'll game that system, right?
Like me.
Because you can reset your lobbies by just like going in with a free kit or nothing and killing yourself over and over and over again, like 10 times or something, and then you can just go in and get in the friendly lobby.
Yeah. I do that all the time. I think it's kind of starting to learn that I do that. But I'll go
apparently there's AI in the game, and like the robots they learn shit, but I have yet to see like anything profound. I have yet to see anything profound from the robots.
As a guy who, you know, has experimented a lot with video games and made video games and stuff, I just see them as just standard, you know, standard pathing, standard algorithmic. You know, it doesn't seem like anything new. You definitely can spot the patterns in the way they attack and things like that. So I don't see that as like a learned thing. Maybe, but I just don't think I don't think that's true. I think maybe the AI part was more like generative AI, where they generated a lot of the graphics and images and voiceovers and things like that. I could see that as being AI.
Yeah. Well, the voices were AI for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
I game it all the time. I'm like, I'll go do heavy PvP, which I like doing. I like going into Stella, having a bunch of PvP, and it's fun. And then I'll just go in and like no loadout and let people kill me like 10, 20 times. And then now it's, you know, you can just go back and just start shooting everybody in the head. But that's boring. I just find it boring. Like I said, it's not an ethical thing. I don't care. It's just a video game, but it's just boring. I'll still call people a piece of shit for doing it to me. But I'll do it to them.
Well, it's different when it's happening to you.
That's right.
It's like, I'm a very nice guy. Why are you doing this to me?
My mind is my greatest weapon in that game. I freaking gaslight people all the time. I'll throw a grenade into a pile of people and run over there and get hit by the grenade and be like, what happened? Oh, man. You been playing anything else lately?
Fallout 4. I'm doing another playthrough of Fallout 4.
Which one's that one? Who's the enemy in that? Is it the spiky haired dude? Maybe I didn't play that one. Is that the one where you're trying to take over territories and stuff, or is that all of them? I haven't played Fallout in so long.
In Fallout 4, you're just trying to find your son, trying to find out what happened to your son, because like at the beginning, like your son gets like he's a baby and gets taken while you're.
My brain was thinking you were saying Far Cry. I'm dumb.
Oh yeah, no, Far Cry, yeah, no, Fallout, yeah, Fallout. Yeah, you're just trying to find your son the whole time, and then like you're running all these different factions out there in the wasteland, and you know you could either join them or not or whatever, and you know it's kind of one of those things. Kind of similar to New Vegas. Except in New Vegas, I think I don't know what you're doing in New Vegas. I forgot what the end goal is in that one, but that one is my other favorite Fallout game. So,
what's your favorite game of all time?
Ooh, goated. What's my goated game? Man,
you have to look it up.
What's my goated game? I was just looking at my Steam library, but like honestly, if I had to pick one, I mean, probably.
And it's funny because there's a difference to me between the game I've played the most and my favorite game. Because the game I've played the most, I don't like, but I just play it all the time, which is Dota. I've got like 20,000 hours in Dota.
Yeah, I remember. I still play Dota.
Yeah,
Dota 2.
Dota 2, sorry.
Yeah.
Will there ever be a Dota 3?
Yeah, it would have to be. I mean, honestly, like if I had to pick one, like probably the one that I had the most fun playing is probably Witcher 3. Like, but yeah, I mean, like probably Zelda 64. Ocarina of Time.
I actually really like Breath of the Wild.
Ocarina of Time is probably my favorite game of all time. I could go back and play that game unlimited amount of times. Yeah. I didn't really like Breath of the Wild too much because of the weapon system in the game. I liked the fact that I got the Master Sword. No one can fuck with me now.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the same thing with Breath of the Wild, too. It's just the charges once you get the Master Sword.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's. I think that's the only thing I didn't like about Breath of the Wild. But I like Breath of the Wild. Like it's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
I think for Nintendo standards. But yeah, if I had to pick one, Ocarina of Time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I love the story. I don't remember it, but I remember loving the story. My favorite probably would have been Skyrim, just because I just loved the way the level progression went. You couldn't just take a whole bunch. Like I can't go just chop a bunch of wood and then all of a sudden become a master swordsman by putting all the skill points into sword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
what you did mattered.
Yeah.
You killed a bunch of people with a sword, you got more sword points. Killed a bunch of people with a bow, you got more bow points. I love that idea. And the fact that you could do it with both hands and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And it's beautiful. I used to mod for it too. I used to make some mods and stuff where I made this like Star Wars type mods for it. And it was back before I was streaming and stuff like that. It was a long time ago. I made these saber lights that were so someone made saber lights swords, like lightsabers in the game, but I didn't like the fact that you couldn't see. Like you take out your sword and it wouldn't glow, it wouldn't make everything else around you light up. So it was just like this red stick or green or whatever. So I made these rings that added glow effects. So if you could put on a ring to match your sword, then it would glow and it was pretty. I guess GTA too. GTA is one of my favorite games. They're still playing that. Did you ever get into GTA at all?
Not GTA 4 or GTA.
Just the old ones?
No, I played GTA 4 because wasn't GTA 4. Yeah, I liked all the ones that weren't online. So GTA 3 was whenever GTA 3 came out, and I forgot what they came out on PlayStation 2 or something.
Yeah. Like Miami and
yeah, Vice City or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were some of my favorites because it was those were good. I love those games. I didn't really get too much into GTA 5 online though. Well, I guess Red Dead Redemption 2 as well.
Oh my God, yeah. That's a masterpiece.
Yeah, that game. And I played it for the first time just 2 years ago.
Wow.
And that's like, whenever I played it, I was like, holy shit, why did it take me so long to play this game? It's been out for like 10 years. And it still looks amazing. And I played it on Xbox.
And the things you can do in that game that people have no idea, like you start shooting a boat.
There's so much hidden shit in that game. Like there's a lot of hidden stuff that like people just are still like after 3,000 plus hours, they're finally discovering shit. You know what I mean? Which is crazy to think about. But yeah, Witcher 3 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Those are my two goated games for sure.
I don't know what they're gonna. I have a sneaking suspicion that the reason we got delayed GTA 6 is because they're probably adding more AI features to it. That's what I'm thinking. Because they were ready to go out, they were ready to launch it, and everything was great, and then all of a sudden GPT came out, and they're like, I think they went, oh crap.
Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be the future of game development, but I don't think companies like, because that's Rockstar. Like, I don't think, like, because I'm kind of curious, like, where Elder Scrolls 6 is going to go. Finally, you know what I mean? Like, what's that going to look like? Is Bethesda going to get to the point where they're using AI to develop their video games? It's like, is that the future we're heading into? I mean, probably. I mean, with things like Claude and all this other shit, like, specifically around, like, coding stuff.
Yeah. Well, Google came out with Gemma 3, and Gemma 3 has the ability for you to just go, make me a world that's like everything's rubber and puzzle pieces, and put my character in it, and you give them a picture, and it's like not long later you have a world that you can walk in. Use WSAD, you can walk around, you look, and it's all made like you did a video.
That's pretty cool.
It's great.
That's cool. It's cool. It's pretty cool to think that like that's like feasible today.
And this is the baby version of it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking that shit's probably eventually going to go that route pretty heavy.
Well, I don't know, because I'm wondering, like, people have like kind of like a severe lack of imagination. A lot of people, so I think they like the content being made for them. And I don't think it's like I don't think people. I don't think it's like a skill issue that people don't want to create these narratives. Like, anybody could write a book. But you don't see everybody writing a book for themselves to read, you know?
No.
I mean, I guess prompting a book, I could go into GPT and say, you know, write me a 20,000 page character book or whatever. And I may read it, and it's funny. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the future of content, or if it's going to be everyone looking at everything else everyone's still made. I don't know.
Yeah. When are we going to get to the point where there's no original ideas anymore?
Has there ever been an original idea? We're all piggybacking off of everybody else, right?
I mean, I think even today, like, I don't think there is an original idea.
Well, I didn't make up this language we're using to communicate.
Yeah, but someone did.
Yeah.
Let's make our own language right now. Let's make our own language right now.
Ugh. Go back to basics. Caveman language. Give me that. That's probably how language got meant. The guy's like pointing over there. Like, I don't know what you're saying. Like, give me that. Boom, language.
Yeah, but even if we started trying to make our own language today, like it'd still just be a recycled idea.
Yeah, because the whole idea of using sounds to communicate.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about. Fuck, man, like I'm trying to wrap my head around that shit. Like that's probably gonna keep me up tonight.
Well, I mean, animals do it.
I have the brain of a stoner, and I don't even smoke. I don't even smoke weed. It's like, holy shit.
Well, that's going to be the crazy thing, right? If AI is already figuring out how to, not to bring it back to AI again, but it's already figuring out how to communicate and how dolphins communicate, and maybe be able to translate it. And are we going to be able to translate all the animals and be able?
Yeah, but how the fuck are we going to know if that's true or not?
Well, because if you go to a bird and go tweet, 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 and the bird actually does what you were intending. And it comes over and goes tweet, 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 tweet. And you're like, tweet, 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 tweet.
Oh, man, I don't.
Here's some birdseed.
There's gonna be some. Thanks. There's gonna be some heavy labels on whatever that spits out. It's gonna be like, AI generated content may be incorrect.
Yeah, it's still. So that's the other side of it, right? Have we overhyped AI because
yes.
It hallucinates so much, right?
Yes, it has been overhyped. It has been. Just for what you're saying, right? Like, there's real world examples of it just making shit up. Like, I heard the best saying I've heard lately, probably like in the last few months, is like, imagine the dumbest person you know. They're talking to ChatGPT right now, and it's saying they're absolutely correct about whatever they're telling it. And I'm just like, yeah, that's hard. It's hard to fucking believe, like, because that's literally what's happening. It's like, people start talking to me about it, and they're just like, oh yeah, I used it to like. I asked it some questions about like symptoms my dog was having. I'm like, why are you diagnosing your fucking dog with ChatGPT? Like, it's literally just gonna, it's combing the internet for like some stupid, and it's gonna find some forum post or some shit, and like put all this other shit together and just give you this information, and then you're gonna take that as the gospel and try to treat your dog. Like, fuck off, go to the vet.
Like, your dog has cancer.
Yeah, it's just like this woman at work was telling me that, and I was just, it took everything in my power not to roll my fucking eyes, because I'm just like, no way, dude. There's no way that people are like really like just so eager to consume this shit and like just take it for what it is, and like, oh, this is the truth. This is it. Like, it can't be wrong. It can't be wrong. A machine told me. Like, that mindset is gonna, like, I think that's Darwinism probably at its peak, right? I think, I think there's already cases of people like doing really silly shit with it, and like,
nobody did the Tide Pod challenge. What are you talking about?
Like, yeah, I mean, there's gonna be shit like that with AI. There's gonna be shit like that. Like, there's already some cases out there of people like harming themselves and shit due to like something that AI has told them, right? Which is insane to think about. So like, yes, you're taking this as truth because some mystical magic machine in a fucking server rack like, told you this shit.
Well, people used to do that with Google Doctor, right? They were like, think they were doctors because they did research.
Fucking Google, WebMD, all that shit.
But now they're not relying on their own research. Now they're just relying on what they're being told. Even they're not even researching it anymore.
Well,
they're just asking and getting that response and taking that as gospel.
Yes, and that's what
the real danger. I think you're saying.
That's what drives me nuts, right? Because like being like, so like being in like I'm in IT, right, for my job, and like this AI topic is like a huge thing that's been talked about. Like, corporate America is like literally trying to force feed it to their employees in any way, shape, or form. So I did some testing, and like I generated some content, like had to analyze some data, and then I knew the data was blatantly wrong just from the output. Sent it to the person, like their department should know all there is to know about this data. Showed it to him. He read it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, this looks great. This is great." I'm just, why? And I was like, "Why does it look great? Because it came from a bot?" And he's like, "No, like we need to understand." He's like, "We understand this stuff already." And I'm just like, "Oh, you're not seeing like the truth, and like the numbers are completely wrong in here." Like, because it's like analyzing like some safety data for our company, how many incidents were had in 2024, 2025. There was like 500 incidents in 2024. And it's saying that there was only 2 involving this type of thing and 2 involving this. I'm like, those numbers are completely fucking wrong. There's no way. Like, that's wrong. Like, I know that's wrong. And he was like, "Oh yeah, this looks great."
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, so like that is the people that are asking for some sort of AI solution for anything, or the types of people that we don't want to be asking for it, because they are the people that will literally take it at face value and be like, this is it. This is the answer.
Well, like I've worked in big companies too, and that's really kind of how it was even before AI, just with personnel. You have this guy who was management who got there with some sort of nepotism or something and managing all these people below him. He had no idea what they actually do. And he's just completely relying on what these people tell them that is the case, you know? And he either, a lot of the times he'll just go against what they say. No, we're going to do this anyways because he had, you know, maybe some ulterior motives, or he's trying to get somebody fired. It's really bad for the company, or I don't know, 1,000 reasons. But then it's like, what's that? Is it any different? Because like people are inept already, you know. So what's the difference between maybe AI is just a reflection of that ineptness?
I mean, I think it makes some people feel secure in a room where they feel insecure because they don't know what they're talking about or how to speak about a certain thing or whatever. I think it just kind of gives someone like a nice little warm security blanket to kind of feel like, oh, I'm asking it this thing and it's validating what I'm saying and telling me I'm absolutely right or I'm absolutely correct about my assumptions. Like the other day, I just straight up asked it if I was stupid. And it denied that I was stupid. And I was like, well, you're wrong. You're wrong because I'm very stupid.
No, you're absolutely right. Good job calling me out on that. It's like the South Park episode. Did you see that where Randy uses AI?
Oh, God, no. I haven't been keeping up with South Park.
Randy keeps using AI and he keeps telling him he's right about everything.
God.
You're absolutely right. So
that's the perfect character. The perfect character to be told he's absolutely right about everything.
Yeah. So you imagine where that goes. Yeah, you're right. You should actually send Tally to the president. So he ends up sending Tally to the president. Oh my God. It's freaking ridiculous. So, how you been? You been keeping well?
Yeah, man. I can't complain. Like, you know, I get outside a lot more than I used to. I really like to fish now, so I'm like a huge.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm really invested into that. I go fishing quite a bit. Actually,
You're saying you work in IT though too?
Yeah.
What are you doing for IT?
I mean, I've been in IT probably the last like 13 years. But yeah, I'm a VP of IT over at this oil and gas company here in
like
in
systems
H-Town.
and analytics type thing, or
Yeah, I mean everything IT related, really. So infrastructure stuff, network servers, and then applications. So
that's cool.
Major apps, and then data analytics, AI initiatives, cybersecurity, all that crap.
And then in your spare time, you going fishing?
Yeah, in my spare time, I'm going fishing or like, doing something with my wife. Like I started fishing, like, I do a lot of kayak fishing. So, I go to like these kayak tournaments and stuff and fish and just for fun and like not looking to win anything. I don't care. I just want to like participate and like, I don't know, like have a sense of, it gives me, I think a part of my life that was missing that I had when I was streaming is a sense of community. And like, then now that I'm not streaming anymore, I don't, that sense of community is kind of like gone almost. So now like in this aspect of my life, I found a sense of community there with like all these other fishermen and stuff. So like,
are you doing like sport fishing, like catch and release type thing?
Yeah. Sport fishing. Just mainly fish for bass. So there's a lot of bass fishing. Yeah, I mean, I did take Austin to go fly fishing for his birthday a couple of years ago. Out here on the third coast, as we call it, the southern coast.
Are you in Texas as well?
Yeah, I'm in Texas. Yeah, I've been in Texas since 2011.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, whenever like you and I first met, I was living in Houston.
Oh, cool. There can't be that many fishing spots around Houston, is there? It's pretty big.
There's water everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's water everywhere. Fresh water, salt water.
Do they stock the lakes and stuff around there, or just naturally there?
I mean, there's a bunch of like, so there's like natural bodies of water here. There's rivers, there's lakes, and then there's also like ponds and stuff in like parks and stuff around the city. They stock those ponds and whatnot, and then all the other stuff's like lake. There's Lake Houston out here. It's fed by a river, and there's a couple other like man-made lakes out in some of like state parks and stuff like that. They stock fish in there too, but yeah, most all the stuff down here is like just naturally there, all natural bodies of water.
I'll have to bring you up here sometime. You can, in BC, you can fish the kokanees, get the huge salmon. We have the sturgeon up here too.
They have them down here. They're in like Florida and shit like that. A bunch down there. Actually, no, isn't sturgeon freshwater?
Yeah, sturgeon was like we have Fraser River here. It's like, they're ridiculous. They're like dinosaurs.
Yeah, those things are crazy. I don't like fishing I don't like fishing in salt water. Though.
No.
I like fishing in freshwater.
You never did like the ocean thing or anything like that?
No, I get seasick, dude. Like I get motion sick so bad.
Yeah.
Like when I fly, I have to take motion sickness medicine because I'm fine like just on the plane if we're just cruising or like taking off, I'm fine. But whenever we go to land is whenever it just like it just fucks me all up and makes me want.
Are you car sick too?
I get car sick if I'm not driving. Yeah. Yeah, if I'm riding in the car, it's easy for me to get car sick because I'm just looking around and like reading signs and shit like that. And if I'm driving, I'm focused on like what's in front of me. So like it just kind of keeps me like looking straight ahead almost and not really getting car sick from that. Yeah, it's weird, bro. Like it's super weird.
I knew someone who got car sick if I turned the air conditioning on. They had to have it off.
What? I get car sick if that shit's off because it's hot.
So weird. They had to have the windows down. No air conditioning. Maybe it's because of the wind.
Yeah, because that's what I do whenever like I get car sick. I'll roll the window down because like the fresh air coming in just kind of like helps. I don't know, for some reason. And I think maybe it helps
orientate you because you can feel like a direction. Maybe, or I think maybe it releases the pressure in the cab of the car
as well. Because I think that's what a lot of that shit comes from. It's just like pressure.
Well, flying for you. You ever flown much?
Yeah. I mean, I fly. It's just like landing whenever we're descending is because the plane's just kind of like constantly going like this, right, and slowly going down, and like the bouncing aspect of it just like fucks me up bad. I literally have to take enough Dramamine to make me sleep the whole flight.
Have you been like that your whole life, like as a kid too?
Yeah, like yeah, I remember when I was a kid, like no one knew I was getting motion sick, so I was just like, I threw up in so many cars. I was just like throwing up fucking all kinds of shit in everybody's car.
Oh my God, I picture you as a 10-year-old little kid with a beard.
Yeah, I think I actually have a picture of me when I was a kid, but it has like dead rabbits and shit in it, so I don't want to show it to you. Because I went hunting with my grandfather, and it's like a picture after we went hunting together and stuff. But yeah, I didn't have a beard. I was I was clean shaven, believe it or not.
Even at 10 years old?
Even at 10 years old, clean shaven.
When did you start growing a beard? Like high school or after? Did you go to college too?
I did go to college, but in high school, the high school I went to, we couldn't have facial hair. They didn't allow facial hair.
You go to private school or something?
Nope. Went to a public school. For whatever reason, the rule at this school is no facial hair. The only facial hair you could have was a mustache. And weird. I never grew a mustache. Because I remember, like, if you went in, like, because back whenever I was in high school, goatees were cool. And, like, I remember I'd come back from summer vacation, I'd have a goatee. And they would pull you and make you go shave it.
No way.
Yeah.
That's weird.
They'd make you shave dry too. They wouldn't give you any soap or like any like shaving cream. They were like, you broke the rules. You're gonna go in there and like cut your face up.
That's so weird. I wonder what their idea for that was.
It's called archaic fucking thinking. It's just like keeping shit in practice that was, just like old shit. Like who cares if you have facial hair? You know what I mean? Like. It was like
Did
weird.
You go to, like, was it Catholic school or something?
No.
It was
literally a public school. Yeah, literally a public school.
So weird.
They had a dress code when I first they had a dress code there. Like you had to tuck your shirt in and wear a belt. Like that was the thing. And then for some reason, like this was in Louisiana at the time because that's where I'm from, and there's the school board there decided to mandate like you have to wear uniforms because people were bullying kids, like, you know, less fortunate kids that didn't have like nice clothes or what, you know, like they didn't have like name brand clothes and shit. Like they weren't wearing Nike stuff or they weren't wearing like back then, you know. So they mandated like, oh, you gotta, everyone's wearing the same kind of shit, right? You gotta wear like khakis and like a polo shirt. It could be these colors, blah 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 blah.
So everybody in Louisiana doesn't look like the Duck Dynasty guys?
No. I mean, probably once they got out of high school. Well, it wasn't like that in every, because there's no counties there or anything like that. It's parishes, so like it wasn't like that in every parish. It was just like that in like certain ones, like, which was kind of strange to think about. I was just like, why is everyone so like, I don't know, conservative and strict here?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Are you like where do you fall on these types of spectrums? Are you like more of a free thinker, or do you like things a certain way? Or not really asking about your politics, I guess, but
I believe transgender people should be able to open carry. That's where I'm that's one way to describe like kind of like how I feel about shit. It's like I believe in equal rights for every person, whether, doesn't matter what color they are, doesn't matter what they are, how they identify. And yeah.
Did you grow up like going to church and stuff as a kid, or?
Yeah, I grew up in Southern Baptist, a Southern Baptist church. And I knew from an early age that I was atheist. I knew, like, because I knew it was all bullshit. Like, I'm not trying to like talk shit about anybody's religion or anything like that.
No, that's all right.
If anybody's religious, I have no issues with that. I believe people have the rights I believe people should have the right to pray to whatever God they believe in and like worship however they want to worship. Whether that be, you know, Muslim or Satanism, I don't care. Like, just if you're not hurting anybody, I don't care. Like, like. But yeah, I grew up Southern Baptist, and like I just knew from an early age that it was just like I don't believe in any of this. I don't believe this. And then as I got older, I just kind of like science and logic kind of took precedence over all that kind of stuff. So I just never really went all in on the religion thing. And like I said, I respect it. And I respect people that are religious and have that thing. I wish I had that one thing that I could always turn to, but I feel like I don't need it, but I don't know.
Is your family still like church going folks?
No, not really. I mean, after my grandparents passed away, like that kind of went away. I mean, my mom still says stuff like she goes to church, but she doesn't. Like, like you don't go to church, dude. like stop. Because she's always like, you know, I thank the good Lord, blah blah blah, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, man, come on. Like, you don't practice any of that shit, so why are you saying that?
Do you think that's like just kind of things you say?
I think it's just like a Southern thing, man. And some people don't know how to maybe step away from it as they get older. If they don't realize like, oh, this is a part of my life or whatever, they don't know how to step away from it sometimes, and that's fine. Like, some people don't know how to let go of certain things and whatnot, but I think that's all it is. It's just like, oh, this is kind of ingrained in me from early childhood because, you know, my grandfather was a deacon in the Baptist church, so like he was like pretty heavy into that shit, right? And I mean, like I remember growing up, I went to church with them every Sunday and all that, but like I'm that kid on the t-ball team, like playing in the grass and shit. Like I'm not paying attention to stuff because like it doesn't interest me, you know. But yeah. And
what
like,
about your dad? Was he pretty religious, or did you grow up with both your parents as well?
No, I didn't grow up with both my parents. So I didn't really remember my dad whenever I was a kid, and like I remembering meeting him for the first time when I was probably like 10.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really have any early memories of that. Because
why did you meet him when you were 10? What happened?
I don't even know, dude. I don't know. Like I don't know.
Were your parents just separated as a kid, or did he like?
They never were married or like together really. Like they just saw like my mom got pregnant. My mom's gay, so like my mom's always been gay.
Okay.
For as long as I can remember, like we never had the talk about her being gay. I just kind of like found out as I got older. No, I mean like she's openly like gay and stuff now, but I think talking about this is like I think like my mom just wanted to have a kid, so she just got like fuck some dude and had a kid.
I don't see a problem with that. I mean, I think that's valid. If she was a good mom.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up with my mom though. My grandparents kind of like because it kind of goes into this like thing of like you got to start thinking about where I grew up, and like homosexuality is not really accepted in southern like the South back then, right? Because I mean I was born.
So she just had a very good friend.
Yeah, I was born in the 80s, and like I mean it's funny to even think about like how like shit like that wasn't accepted in the 80s, right? That wasn't that fucking long ago, like to think about it. But
publicly it was accepted, but it wasn't.
But yeah, well, a lot of people still had their own feelings about it, right? And I think the Baptist church or the Catholic church or whoever were some of those people that had a lot of feelings about it. So yeah, like I don't know what the arrangement was there or what was going on, but I remember like my mom lived with my grandparents and I lived there too. And then like one day my mom just kind of like moved out, but I stayed.
Oh.
So my grandparents ended up raising me for like a majority of my life until I was probably like 16. And then
what age did she move out, do you think, for you?
Fuck, man, I don't even remember, but I was probably
like really young.
Yeah, probably like 5, 6, maybe 5, 4, 5, 6, maybe somewhere around there. Because I don't really remember any of it, right? Because like, you don't really think about that stuff when you're a kid, especially like this is fucked up. Like this is kind of a weird situation, kind of a fucked up situation.
But when you're a kid, it's just normal.
Yeah, it's just normal, right? Like, oh, this is just normal. This is its way of life, right? And as you get older, you start thinking about it like, oh God, that was kind of fucked up. So like, you know, as I got old, probably when I was around like 34, 35, when I started like going to therapy and shit, I started realizing like, oh God, that was fucked up.
Yeah. And that's why they say comparison is the thief of joy, right?
Yeah, I was like
comparing yourself to other people's childhoods.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, this is like a fucked up situation. And like, you know, like the dynamics there were just kind of just really off. And I mean, I wouldn't say it was a bad, like for me, like I didn't realize it was like weird or like fucked up, right? So like looking back on it, I don't feel like I had a bad childhood at all. Like I felt like, you know, I had what I needed. I had food, I had clothes.
You had family.
Yeah, I had family. I went to school. You know, got to do all that stuff, and like, you know, my grandparents gave me whatever they could. You know, they did their best, right? And then probably when I was probably like 15 or 16 is whenever I was like, all right, I'm tired of being raised by some old ass people. So I went and lived with my mom for a while until I graduated high school.
Did she have a partner at that point? So were you living with like your mom and her partner? Or?
Yeah, for a little bit, and then like they had like they broke up or whatever, and then it was just kind of like me and her for like 2 years, and then when I turned 18, I was gone. Like I moved out on my own, and just kind of like been on my own ever since.
And you met your dad at 10, you said, for the first time?
That's the first time I remember meeting him. Yeah, first time I remember meeting him. Like,
you still have a relationship with him now?
No, no, because like I tried to kind of do that, but like, you know how it is being a guy, you know what I mean? Like you feel like you are kind of tied down when it comes to like sharing your feelings or like just openly talking about anything. I mean, I don't feel like that anymore, but I think like a lot of guys.
Yeah, you're a real closed book.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of guys like feel that way, right? And still feel like that today. Like they can't do that because they feel like they have to bear everybody else's burdens and like everyone else's emotions and not have their own. So I think that's how
you just don't think that other people give a shit.
Right. Well, because you're conditioned.
I can open up to people all I want, but
yeah, but you're conditioned. Yeah, but I think
who fucking cares?
I think as a guy, you're conditioned to feel that way your entire life. Like from an early age, like you say, oh, well, you know, you grow up with like, you know, cousins that are girls and shit, and like they do something to you that's fucked up. No one, like, they do something like no one will do anything to them, but like you do something like, I don't know, kick them or some shit, and like they get mad, right? Like they'll fuss at you for it, and you're just kind of like, oh, there's a weird standard here, being a guy, and like you kind of learn.
So how does that relate to you meeting your father?
Well, so. I'm kind of talking about that mindset is just like my dad doesn't talk about anything, doesn't want to talk about anything, so I don't know if like I don't feel like my dad wants to have a relationship with me because he's not saying he does, and I'm not going to go out of my way to try to do that because I tried to do that, and it's like I kind of had this realization like sitting around with like my dad and my sister and my older brother, because I have siblings but they're just like half siblings. Never grew up with them or anything like that. I mean, I met them as I was growing up and stuff.
Like siblings like, from his side?
Yeah, like we all have the same dad, different moms. And like sitting around with them, I'm just kind of realizing like, fuck, man, I don't have anything in common with any of these people at all. So like, what's the point of having a relationship with them? Like, they don't find me interesting. I don't find them interesting. So like, it's just like let's not even worry about it. It's fine. I don't remember you until I was 10, so I think I'm fine. You know what I mean?
Did you contact him like after that, or is it just kind of like that time? And
no, shit, man. I was probably like 34, 35 last time I saw them in person, and that's when I had that realization, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I trying to have a relationship with them? Like, we have nothing to talk about.
So do you feel like there's not... I think some people, I'm not sure if this is what you feel, but some people have the idea that just because you're blood doesn't mean you owe people anything.
Yeah,
you know?
That's how I feel. Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm getting from you.
He doesn't owe me shit. I don't owe him shit at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Did you ever find out like how they hooked up or why they hooked up or anything like that?
No.
Do you think it was just a sperm donor kind of situation?
I'm pretty sure, because I mean, my mom kind of makes like these comments about him being my sperm donor or whatever. Like, I never really wanted to dive into that whole subject matter because I think, you know, I don't think it would benefit me or hurt me. So I'm like, why would I even ask, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it's going to affect me at all. Because I am who I am today because of the shit I experienced throughout my entire life, and I'm pretty happy with who I am today. You know, and so yeah, I mean, that's the gist of it is like, yeah, I just feel like we might be blood, but yeah, we don't owe each other shit at this point. Like, I'm a grown ass man. Like, I didn't need you for the vast majority of my life. Well, my grandfather is the one that kind of like stepped into that like father figure role and stuff, right? But like having a father figure as opposed to like your bio dad is like a little bit different kind of thing.
Yeah. There's and father figures come and go too. They change throughout your life.
True. Yeah.
Some good bosses can be a father figure, you know. So both of your grandparents have passed now.
Yeah,
How long ago was that?
My grandfather passed away in 2021, and then my grandmother passed away in 2000 or 10 or 11.
Was that like emotionally significant for you, or?
When my grandfather passed away, I mean, I loved my grandmother, but like she got to a point, bro, where she was like kind of batshit as she got older. And there's just a lot of things I remember, like were just insane, like to think about now today, like walking to my room and seeing like a Metallica poster on my wall and saying like, oh, this is the devil, and like ripping it off the wall and shit like that, you know. I was just like, back then I was just kind of like, whoa. But now I look back and I'm like, man, she was fucking nuts. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I think that's a lot of, super religious people would kind of react that way to seeing people don't understand Metallica. They're actually, I think, religious. I think he's like a Christian.
Well, the poster was just the poster was just a skull, and it had like two swords crossed behind it, and she thought the swords were horns, and I was like, no, those are swords. And she was like, no, those are horns. That's the devil. And like ripped the shit off the wall. I could understand the Iron Maiden poster I had was literally like a fucking guy's head with horns, and like it said purgatory on it. So like, like I could understand ripping that one off the wall. That was your justification for it. But yeah, as long as it didn't have like a skull or like horns, it was fine. Because I remember like on my mirror, I had this big fucking Slayer sticker on the mirror, and she doesn't know anything about Slayer, so she's not gonna rip that off the mirror.
And then your grandfather was a deacon, so that's pretty
involved. But my grandfather was a little bit more understanding about that kind of stuff, right? Like even though he was a deacon in the Baptist church, he still had a pretty deep understanding about like individuality, and like, some people are into this and some people are into that. He may not agree with it, but he at least understood, like, hey, that's them, that ain't me. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing their shit, I'm doing my shit. As long as it's not affecting me, I'm fine. So I think he had a better understanding of that than my grandmother did. So when my grandmother passed away, of course, I was sad because, I mean, that's all I really knew growing up, right? But yeah, when my grandfather, I remember I think my grandfather was waiting to see me to pass away too. That's how I felt, because the last time I saw him, I went and visited him for Christmas, and then he passed away by like 2 weeks later, like after I saw him. So I don't know if it's like one of those things where like, oh, he's like, all right, well, because I hadn't seen him in forever, because I just been like, because I moved out here to Texas, and I was just like busy focusing on my career and stuff, and like kind of doing that, and just, life happening and all that shit like everyone experiences, right? Like you just get busy and kind of forget about stuff, or just like worrying about your own shit locally here and not thinking about other stuff. And yeah.
So you're saying you feel like he forced himself to stay alive until he saw you one last time?
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me. Like that's what it felt like. Yeah, because
willed himself alive.
Yeah, like literally like 2 weeks later he passed away, like after I saw him for the last time.
That's crazy. Was he like a strong father figure? Like, did you guys go fishing together and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, dude, we did I did everything with him growing up. We went fishing, we went hunting, we just go like anywhere like he would go out and doing outdoor stuff. Like I was with him, so like I was always with him.
Did he have any other children besides your mom?
Yeah, they adopted a son. So I had an uncle that was adopted, and then he had 3 daughters. So it's my mom, and she has 2 sisters.
Was the son he adopted, it must be a lot older than you, I guess?
Oh yeah, he passed away too. He passed away a couple years ago.
So maybe he kind of looked at you like a son he never had, even though he had adopted a son.
Yeah. Because I was blood, I guess. No. Yeah.
Well, sounded like you had a pretty normal childhood compared to a lot of people I talk to. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, for the most part, I mean, like I said, but looking back on it, like some things weren't like normal in a sense, but like it wasn't anything dramatic. Like I wasn't like fucking abused or any of that shit. You know what I mean? Like lucky in that regard, right? Of not having some like crazy traumatic thing happen to me when I was younger, and just kind of like trying to compartmentalize it or something, and then like, you know.
Well, as your grandma would say, thank God for that.
Yeah. Thank the good Lord Jesus Christ for that.
So what do you think is actually going on? I ask this pretty much every podcast now. What do you think is going on here? What is this experience? What the heck are we doing? What is the human experience about? Do you think we're just random cells that collided? And because I mean, you've got like 14 billion light years of one chemical of just a cloud of oxygen out there, and then you've got this tiny little condensed thing that we are, that is made of like billions and billions of different chemicals all mixed together. Is this all just random? Is this simulation?
I think it's all random. I have a theory. I think I kind of dance between these two theories. Is like, I think it's all random, but I also think we're in a simulation. Like, I think maybe there are some beings out there that put us here, and they're literally like watching us from afar or some shit. Like, I believe in aliens, if you didn't pick up on that. But like, I think it's, personally, my opinion is, I think it's a little naive to think that we are the only living things in the universe. Like intelligent beings, right? And I say intelligent, I'm using that term very loosely, because like, I think there might be beings out there that are like hyper intelligent, right? Like,
and is that just due to like something like the Drake equation, where you're just like, it's inevitable that
it's just
somebody out there?
It's inevitable that there's just somebody out there that's just like a hyper intelligent being or something. Like what I think is like that those hyper intelligent beings literally made us, like I said, and like planted human life here. But then I also believe in evolution too, which is kind of weird. Like, I just have all these weird theories, but I think evolution is the more sound one to me. But it's like hard as you get older and you think about all these like different things, and like, because I didn't really think about the like intelligent beings putting us here until like a couple of years ago. You know, like I never thought about that theory, like seriously thought about it until then, because it's just hard to think of like I don't know. I really don't know, man. It's just hard to think that there's no one else out there. You know what I mean? And especially like with all the weird shit that happens over the years, and seeing like some like surfaced fucking, was it that Navy footage, that fighter pilot shit, and like seeing shit like that, and like hearing stories about, what's that guy who's like an architect or something, I forgot his name, but like he got plans from an alien and like built this building up in the Pacific Northwest. I forget the guy's name.
Fuller Benjamin? No, not Frank Lloyd Wright. Was it him? No.
Let's see. Guy who got plans.
Oh, are you talking about the Raelians?
From an alien. Wait. And built, it was like a round building, and like,
yeah, the guy who believes in I think he's created a new civilization that he wanted to call Raelians or something.
No.
I think that might be who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but anyway, like, so he got these plans from this alien to build this building that was like perfectly sound, and like replicated this sound that people kind of equate with encounters with an alien or something. Like, they'll hear like the UFO or whatever.
Claude Vorlahan? Is that what you're thinking of?
No.
Okay, because this guy made the French journalist Claude Vorlahan, who later adopted the name Rael. He made a movement to believe that humanity was created 25,000 years ago by an advanced extraterrestrial race.
It's George Van Tassel. That's
George Van Tassel.
Yeah. He's so it's like in Northern California. So
this guy, yes.
Yeah. So he got the plans from this fucking alien and like to build this building. And I mean, that's his story, right? Like that's what he kind of says. It's actually.
Have you ever had any like weird experiences like that? Have you ever seen any orbs or aliens or?
No, I've never seen any orbs.
Consider supernatural or anything?
No, I've never seen any orbs or aliens or anything like that. But I do think I have come in like I believe in like spirits and shit like that because I don't know why, but I remember as a kid like I used to hear shit all the time at night. And I don't know if it was just because we lived in the country and there's just shit bumping up against stuff. I don't know, but I used to hear like stomping footsteps and shit at night at my grandparents' house. Since then, I really haven't experienced anything other than that that's like supernatural or like weird or eerie or anything like that. But I remember that.
Did you think that was like ghosts or something?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I was like, because I would open my door and it would stop immediately. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Like, you know, like, I had no idea what it was. It could have been a fucking air duct for all I know, making the noise. But
how would that tie into your atheistic views? If there's like, how would you equate spirits? Do you think that's just kind of like leftover energy?
I think that's just a different thing. Like, I don't think necessarily like ghosts have anything to do with religion, right? I think it's just a matter of like believing in like, believing in the supernatural or believing in like, that someone who passes on could still be on this earth and they just so happen to find out how to cross over into a different plane. Because I think it's just all dimensions and shit, right? And like there could be a fucking different dimension literally in my house right now, some different shit going on in it. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I think that's like a whole other thing, like that people start thinking about when it comes, like you start thinking about like multiverses and like different timelines and things like that. Like, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, a ghost could literally just be a multiverse, like a different timeline or like a different plane of existence in the same area where I am. You know what I mean? Like I don't really know, but that's the only way I can really explain it.
Well, I think it tracks with the law of thermodynamics, right? You can't create or destroy energy.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's an energy in us. It can only change, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's literally electricity in us.
Yep.
So,
where does that go when you die, right? So you're thinking this is like maybe like I could see what kind of where I'm trying to figure out your world belief, your worldview here, and I'm kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm kind of sensing that you're thinking maybe this is a simulation, but it's a simulation that was spawned by another civilization, and that they created some sort of maybe algorithmic like reality that evolves over time randomly. Is that correct?
Something like, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because I could see you're saying it's kind of random. There's a thing of evolution, but it is a simulation. So that would be, I think, meaning that this thing is evolving and slowly like maybe like a video game or something where the events that are happening here may be beyond the aliens' control, that they're just witnessing the randomness of this.
Yeah. I mean, I think like my true belief is I do think we evolved from apes. Like I do think that or evolved from some single cell organism or some shit. Like I don't know. Like I think that's where we came from. I think there's a scientific logical explanation for that. But when you start thinking about, when you want to step outside your box or your own consciousness and start thinking about like possibilities about other life out there, like how is it fucking possible that there's not another living like humanoid type creature living on another planet? Like, how is that possible? We're the only ones that are inhabiting a planet. Like, think about that. Like, it has to be fucking impossible, right? Like mathematically, I think it's fucking impossible.
Right. Which is weird that we haven't found even like a bacteria out there, really.
Well, we don't have the technology to fucking do any of that shit yet. And I think that's what it all boils down to. It's like we can't venture that far outside. Like we can't go outside of our own galaxy. I mean, we could send like machines and shit, but that we'll probably never see it again. But we can't send another person that far because they're just gonna fucking die. So it's like, I think eventually, I don't know, probably not in the next, like, probably maybe in the next 100 years or so, we'll probably be able to go out that far because maybe someone will actually invent cryogenic sleep and they can put someone in a stasis for 200 years and send them out there and fucking maybe discover something.
Or some kind of physics breaking wormhole technology.
Yeah, something's going to happen, right? Like, I just feel like something's going to happen in the next 100 years. I don't think it's going to happen in our lifetimes at all. We'll be worm food by the time they figure some of that shit out. But it'd be cool to be around for it. But I don't. No, like it would be cool to be around for it, but I'm not looking, not thinking or expecting to be. It's kind of where I'm at with it.
Who knows, with the acceleration with advancement of technology that we have now, it seems exponential. So I don't know. I'm not counting it out.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll happen in the next 20 years or 30 years. I mean, I'll just be an old grumpy piece of shit who won't care anymore.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll even solve aging.
Yeah. Great. Can you give me a whole new spine?
Might be able to just reprogram your DNA to fix itself.
That'd be cool.
I mean, we're getting closer and closer to that. So let me ask you this. What happens if in the future they figured out a way for you to, either repair your body so that it's always young, or put yourself into some sort of crystalline being like a computer or something like that? Would you do that? Would you live forever?
I don't think so. No. I think there's just too much, because there's just too much shit that comes along with being a human being, man.
Would you still be human if you were just, your consciousness went into a computer?
Yeah, but your consciousness, you're still going to feel like you are. I don't think the feeling of that's going to go away. I think you'll still have the feeling of being a human being. But you'll be inside of a fucking bar of soap or some shit. Who knows? But you'll still feel like you're a human because you have the feeling of being a human being and being inside of a body and having a meat suit. Your consciousness was in one. I think that feeling will carry on with you no matter where your consciousness goes. Because you experienced it, right? That's really all you know at that point. Could there be I think I might see where you're going with this. Could there be consciousness that's just born without a body?
Why aren't we? Why aren't we just like some big rock, super indestructible diamond creature with our consciousness in it? Why do we have to eventually decay? Why does that make any sense?
I don't know. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. And that's why I think we're a planet here, man. We're a planet here, and some sick fucks in their little spaceship, in their ivory tower spaceship, wanted to see how this shit played out.
If you could put, let's say you put a date on yourself, you knew you could live to X amount years, do you think you would go 100,000, million?
I don't know if I want to be alive that long. Some days I think about fuck, man, it's fucked up being alive now. Not that I'm thinking about hurting myself or harming others or anything like that, but it's just hard to think about fuck, man, we are really just living our lives right now while a bunch of fucked up shit's going on. I'm talking politically, government shit and wars and bombings and all this other shit, right? Was that the purpose of all this? Was that the purpose of all that, for us to just fucking kill one another, or just be a fucking scumbag, creepy motherfucker who's you know, like Jeffrey Epstein and all those little fucking weirdos and doing shit like that, you know, like, is that what we were meant to do?
Well, some people would argue that that is another one of the consequences of people being hyper-religious, because they're thinking like Epstein and stuff is actually, you know, sacrificing kids to get power from some evil forces. So it's really a religious belief that ends up causing that kind of crap. Would you agree with that, or do you think that's not true?
I think people might use that as an excuse to do some of those things, but I believe there's I believe there's people that are doing that shit on a smaller scale that have no sort of religious ties at all.
But I mean, so you're an atheist. You're also a big guy who could literally go around, take what he wants. What stops you from doing it? Where's your moral compass come from? Like, you could just go into a store, punch somebody in the face, take their chocolate bar.
I think it just comes from my own inner peace, man. Like, I don't want to, like, I just don't want to disturb my peace. And like, when I think about that, my peace being disturbed, like, I don't want to disturb anyone else's peace, you know?
So that's an empathetic reason?
I guess so, man. It's just like, look, I don't want to be bothered with anybody's bullshit, and in the same vein, I think no one wants to be bothered with my bullshit.
So is it more of a case where I don't want to do this because it's going to lead me down a road where people are going to come back and hurt me? Like, if I punch this person in the face, I take their chocolate bar, they're going to call the cops, and eventually this is back on me?
Yeah, there's consequences to all that shit, right? And like, I think like, yeah, I mean, I do think I don't think
that's
I'm
like a kind of a selfish idea, right? Like,
I don't think I'm the type of person to think like, oh, I'm big, I can probably do a lot of things that I just want to do. I don't even think that way. Like, I don't ever think like I'm better than anybody, and I don't think I have an advantage over anybody, whether that be my size or whatever, you know. Like, I don't ever have those thoughts kind of come through my like in my mind. Like, I don't ever think about that kind of stuff because I don't know, I'm just like more of a peaceful kind of, I'm just more peaceful in the sense of like, I'm just living life. I realize there's some fucked up shit going on. I don't ever think about, like I said, I just don't think about like ever like being some like brute that's gonna strong arm anybody. Like, cause I think like I don't have that part of my brain. Like that's just not in my programming to think like that.
Some philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche would say that was programmed into you by people who are weak to get you to stop hurting them, right? Nietzsche said morals were created by the weak to control the strong.
Well, no, and you got to think about this. Like, if I punch you, it not only hurts you, it does hurt me too.
How so?
I mean, I could break my hand.
Okay.
You know,
but that's why he invented swords. Like, look at Genghis Khan, right? He went around like murdering, raping, just whatever the fuck.
That's why we have guns. You just go in and start blasting.
So then I started blasting.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like that's actually a really good thought-provoking question. It's just like something that I've just never honestly think about. Like, I never walk into a room and be like, yeah, I could fucking beat everybody's ass in here and take all their shit. Because, like, I don't know. Like, I just wasn't. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not insane.
Why wouldn't you ever think that? Like, you're big.
I'm not insane though. I think I have a part of my brain that like blocks. Like, I don't know. Like, some people don't have control over their intrusive thoughts.
What about even as a kid? You never like, because you're bigger. Were you bigger than everybody as a kid?
No. Actually, I didn't like hit a growth spurt until like junior year in high school.
I wonder if that had something to do with you shaping your philosophy then, because you can empathize more.
Well, I mean, I was bullied as a kid because I was small.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, so I think maybe that's it. Right? Like, I don't ever like go in thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stomp your fucking hood in, or like I never was a violent person to begin with though. Like, I never had that in me to just be like violent or try to like strong arm people.
See, a lot of religious people would say they don't do that because they fear consequences of the afterlife. But as an atheist, I'm always curious where atheists like I think Smack and you share a lot of the same philosophical views on the world.
I think it's just a matter of like not being a piece of shit. Like, because you have a set of things in your mind that makes people pieces of shit.
But that's like more of a subjective answer, right?
It is.
What is a piece of shit, right?
Yeah, I have my own definition of that, right?
Right.
But I think like if you take bits and pieces of people's definitions that all kind of align in the same kind of bucket of things, right? Like if you're a pedophile, you're a piece of shit. If you're fucking killing people because you just like to get a boner, you're a piece of shit. Like, I think a lot of people have the same kind of thinking, right? Especially, I don't know, because I don't know. I don't remember if Austin is an atheist or not, but
I'm pretty sure he was saying he's an atheist. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've always like anyone I've ever met who's atheist kind of has that same like thing. It's just like man, like we're all people. You know, some people are bad, some people are good. That's literally that. It boils down to that, right?
But even the definition of bad and good to me is so obscured when we talk to.
True.
When I talk to somebody who's like a super atheist, like, is there, you know, you have a lion chewing on the backside of a gazelle, and the gazelle's looking around, and he's still alive, half eaten. The lion's not evil. He's just
no. I wouldn't
he's just
define
going
that.
to McDonald's, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't. Yeah,
Are
but if I'm going
capable of being a piece of shit.
But if I'm going to McDonald's and then I'm just like taking a shit in the lobby, then I'm bad.
What if the lion takes a shit in the lobby?
Yeah, that's
what the lion's not bad if he takes a shit in the lobby. So what separates? It seems to me like a lot of this type of "hey, you're a piece of shit" comes from a label that attaches to humanity. Because if we try to put that onto any animal, we're like, no, that's just an animal.
Yeah.
Animal can shit in the lobby, and we're like, oh my god, that guy's bad.
But at the end of the day, we're animals too. But I just think, like, for whatever reason, like someone came up with some kind of set of rules for us as animals, just because I think we have our natural instincts, but I think we as human beings can go beyond natural instincts of different things, and kind of like we evolved, right? Because like I said, like, you know, there was a time where humans would just run around and club each other and shit. Or, you know, that kind of stuff. And like, we evolved to the point where we weren't doing that.
I think this again goes back to Nietzsche saying, well, that was an invention, right? That was human invention to label other people as bad so that the big guys would stop doing whatever they wanted. Like, where do we get this label of piece of shit, as you say? Where does that even come from? Like, we have one bacteria taking over another. We just completely disassociate from it and say that's just viruses being viruses, bacteria being bacteria, animals being animals.
No, fair point.
A sun sucks in, a black hole sucks in a sun and whole galaxies. Is that black hole?
This is our cue to start going out and just start doing whatever we want.
Well, no, but there's a reason you're not doing that. And I'm trying to get to the core of that. Like, what is that? Why aren't you an atheist who's bigger than most people why are you acting nice? What makes you care about other people?
Because I'm at peace with myself. Like, I'm at peace with myself, and like I was saying earlier, is like, look, if I can find a way to be at peace with myself, then nothing else really matters. Right? That's how I feel anyway. Like, nothing else really matters. I'm at peace doing what I do. Like, I'm going to maintain my peace. And I feel like if I did shit like that, it would interrupt my peace. And I think that's why I don't do it. Like, I think it's more of a self preservation than anything. Right?
Yeah. I think that a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
Beware the man who wants a peaceful life and you interrupt that peace.
Yeah, don't fuck with me. That's basically what I'm saying. That's the message. Trust me, my wife has to hear it all the time. Like, hey, you're fucking with my peace.
I think that's probably where a lot of people sit with that. You know, they just, especially, I think a lot of people who are religious feel like they're getting their doctrine from the book or whatever, and feel like they're getting some sort of moral compass from something higher themselves. But I think ultimately it really is a self-preservation type situation, exactly like you're saying.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is for me. I'm just like I'm preserving my like I know I value myself and I value my peace and I value that. So yeah, I'm just trying to preserve what I got because at the end of the day, at the end of anything, that's all you have, right? Everyone has their own like self-worth and their self-value and their self-preservation, their own peace. Like at the end of the day, everyone has. That's it. That's all everyone has. If you think about it.
Now, if this is a simulation, that's probably programmed into some sort of
it's
self-autonomy that's giving you agency over yourself to preserve yourself.
Yeah, maybe so. Fuck, man. I'm actually a robot. I'm coming out. I'm coming out right now on this podcast. This is an exclusive. The Streams of Thought. Streams of Thought exclusive right here. I'm actually an android.
Well, I mean, somebody who knows technology and algorithms and things like that, like yourself, like it's kind of hard not to think that.
No, yeah. I mean, that's why, like, that's why it's a struggle to like think about, like, is there a logical reason why humans exist? Is there some kind of crazy reason why humans exist? Like I said, like, I honestly believe we evolved from apes, but I also think there's probably more to it. There's definitely more to it. There's definitely.
Could be the Zachariah Stitchin version where the aliens came in and manipulated DNA. You know that whole story? Where they were like, I think the story is these aliens had a planet where their atmosphere was being lost, and the only way to fix it was to atomize gold. And there wasn't a whole lot of abundant gold anywhere, but on this planet they came and to get gold, which I don't understand why that would work, because I swear there's like meteors that are just pure gold out there. But the idea is that they came here, they were going to mine all the gold, but they didn't want to do it themselves, so they took the local ape population, spliced its DNA, made these more controllable humanoid beings that they could actually communicate with and direct, where you couldn't just tell an ape, go mine that and pull a cart. So they had to like manipulate their DNA and say, okay, now we can communicate to these people. We brought them up higher into their evolution. So this is kind of like less panspermia, more interjected from aliens, where we're just going in and like manipulating us to be their slaves, basically.
Yeah, that's one. I mean, that's one of my theories, right? We put here by these other people, and they're just like, I don't know, fucking with us. Like, just like we would if we had a fish tank full of fucking little humans we could fucking poke and prod. Like, we'd fuck with them. You know, it's just a natural curiosity, right? Like, how is this going to play out? Like, what's going to happen here?
What do you mean, like fucking with them though? Like nefariously or taking care of them?
No, not nefariously, but like throwing adversity at them, or like just like doing like shit like that to kind of see like how they adapt, or how they change, or whatever, like to this certain scenario that they may throw at them, right? I don't know.
Because if you have a fish tank, you're not going to fuck with the fish. You're just doing it for the beauty or something, or interaction, or having the experience of taking care of something.
I say fish tank, but that's like this. I'm just trying to do a scale reference here. Is like they could be way bigger than we are. You know what I mean? Like these could be astronomical beings, right? Like that are, tens of thousands of feet tall for all we fucking know, and we're just like this little styrofoam ball that they just have in their fucking bedroom or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the what ifs can get completely out of hand.
Yeah, because you don't really know. It's just like all theory crafting and thinking about like it could be this, but it could be that, and I don't know. I have those like moments of like hyper like realization. I don't know if you've ever experienced this or not, but I experience this quite often. Like I'll walk out my door, and then I can see myself kind of top down, and then just kind of go up from there, and kind of like zooms out, and like realize like, oh fuck, I'm a speck on this huge rock. Like that just like kind of triggers in me sometimes, and I'm just like, holy shit, and I have to like catch myself, like my bearings and shit, because it's like such a wave of, I don't know, emotion or like just feelings and shit just kind of brush over you, like thinking like, oh fuck, man, I'm insignificant on this fucking floating rock right now.
What kind of feelings does that drum up? Is it anxiety? Or?
Mostly just like anxiety and like, holy shit, man, like just like, I guess mortality, anxiety, those kind of feelings, like nothing good. Like not a good feeling.
It's not like a connectionness to the universe. It's more of a, oh fuck, what the hell's going on?
It's like, well, in some part of it I feel like, oh shit, like I feel like I have a higher consciousness than like maybe someone else, because like I think a lot of people kind of just don't ever think about that. You know, like people just kind of don't think about, like, you're just a fucking piece of salt on the tabletop.
I envy those people.
Yeah, I do too. It's like, I do too, because like I think about that often. I'm just like, man, and you gotta think about like other people just don't really think about, like, you know, someone will say something like, oh, you know, that, you know, it's this, you know, like especially out here, like they found another body or like a dead body in the bayou over here or something. I'm like, yeah, well, they probably found 1,000 of them today somewhere else. You know what I mean? So it's just like, people don't think about that shit when they talk about stuff, and it's just like, yeah, like you said, I envy those people, like just to kind of like just be like so closed off from the bigger picture that the bigger worldview, or like everyone's just thinking so locally and not really like wide open. And I do envy those people as well. Like,
do you think that's either a coping mechanism or or do you think that's an intelligence level?
I think it's,
or is it purposeful ignorance?
I think it's purposeful ignorance. I think it's just ignorance. It's chosen ignorance. Like they just choose to not think about that kind of shit because it's not affecting them.
Or is it that they can't handle it?
And I think they just want to be ignorant to it, because it's not going to hurt me if I don't think about it. Kind of deal.
So it's a form of denial. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I never thought that way, so I really don't know. Like, because I've always thought like the way I just kind of described to you. Like I think about that kind of shit like all the time.
Yeah, me too. I tend to think that these people they kind of live in this, I'm not even sure what to call it. As gamers, we call it kind of like an NPC life. You know, mm-hmm. They seem to want to be the NPC. They just want to be kind of living in this ignorance and bliss. I don't think it's a case of they're incapable of thinking this deeply. I think it's a case of maybe it's traumatic for them to think like that.
Maybe
for them, yeah. I think they're afraid of their own thoughts to go that deep. Mm-hmm. Personally,
yeah. I mean, like I think some people are just naturally shallow in that regard, though. Like some people just like don't ever think that deeply, or don't even think about to think that deeply. You know, I think just some people are just naturally born that way, or raised that way. You know,
maybe that's it.
I think it's a upbringing thing. Like, I mean, I wasn't raised to think like that, but I think there's just certain things that happen to you as you kind of get older that should kind of trigger these thoughts in you to think about shit like that's just not local to you, and like think about that, like, oh man, like I'm an insignificant fucking speck on this rock, right? Just floating in space. Why is that happening? Like, why is this a thing, right?
Or that's an illusion.
Yeah, yeah. Or
you could be the only thing.
Or like or it could be like as we were driving along, this shit's just rendering in front of us. Like, we don't know.
If it's a simulation, it kind of has to be that way, right? Like,
yeah.
Because like the universe wouldn't have enough power. Even the infinite universe that it wouldn't have enough power to generate infinity. It's like a recursive system that just doesn't like would have enough energy to generate. You can't infinitely come up with power to generate something infinitely. That doesn't make any sense. So you would have to have some sort of rendering system, and the rendering system would be your brain. You have the sensory output that's out in front of you, and the whole universe, everything you've ever known in the universe at all, has only ever happened within inside your own head. This is why we all have different understandings of what's going on.
True. Man, see, I like having conversations like this, but I also don't.
Well, there you go. Blissful ignorance again, right? What are you afraid of when you think about these things?
I'm not afraid of anything. You know, it's just like, it just
then
makes
why don't
me
you like them?
Because it makes me think. Because my ADD brain just has to think about it more, and like I just can't stop thinking about it at that point, and it gets to a point of obsession, and like constantly thinking about it, and then that creates anxiety, and then like, you know, it's like a never-ending like kind of process, and yeah, I just don't. Like I said, I'd like this because it makes me not feel alone, because I know other people are thinking like this, right? So that's a good thing for it. It's like I realize like I'm not alone. I'm not the only. I know there's probably way more than just me and you out there that think like this, right? And that makes me feel good. But like thinking about all that shit is also kind of scary at the same time, because yeah, it's like, what the fuck, like we were talking about earlier, like what's the point of all this? Like, why is all this happening? Like, why do we exist? It's like, fuck, man.
It's the Stephen Hawking first.
We exist to pay bills and die. That's what we exist for.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, part of me is like a little, although I don't subscribe to the idea. My computer's making freaking stupid noise. I don't subscribe to the idea of like communism and socialism as far as a societal structure, but as far as a think tank, I'm like, I would love it if more of us would get together and try to figure out what the fuck is happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, why? I remember as a kid, I'm like, you know, we're all gonna die, right? You guys know that, right? Because you don't seem like you do. You're just all walking around here, going shopping, going to the malls, having picnics, and I'm like, guys, can we get together and figure this shit out? Like, can we figure out what is going on and how to stop it, or like what's happening? Why are we all just acting like? Why are you watching football today? Why can't we go out and figure out what the fuck is happening?
I think there are people that are doing it. We just don't know about it.
Yeah,
like I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of people that are way smarter than we are that are actually like doing this shit. We just don't know who they are, and because they're not making it public, right? It's behind closed doors. It could be some government shit. It could be some like covert shit. Who knows? But like, I think there's probably a group of people that are literally doing that and trying to figure out like all this shit.
Well, I would hope that they would try to share that information with all of us.
Who knows, man? It could be government funded.
Or maybe they think we wouldn't be able to handle it.
Maybe so. Well, I think I think they are afraid of how people would react to it, maybe.
Or would people even give a shit?
Yeah, I mean, well, some people wouldn't give a shit, but there could be there could be a subset of the population that actually do give a fuck about it, and then maybe they're afraid of what that subset of the population will do if there is some sort of meaning of existence or purpose, right? Besides lining their pockets with capitalism and all this other bullshit.
You know, you're talking about how thinking like this and going down these rabbit holes kind of stresses you out, and you seem a little maybe apprehensive of thinking like this. And I got to tell you, I was exactly the same way until I spent like about a month straight in the woods by myself, and I couldn't escape my own thoughts. No cell phone, nothing like that. And it was just me and the trees. And one thing I liked about it, one of the first things I noticed was nature out there didn't want anything from me. It wasn't, look at this, buy this, go here, do this. Don't you feel mad about this? That didn't exist. It was just,
Until a pack of wolves find your ass, and then nature's gonna want something from you.
Sure, and I almost did. Yeah, I had a pack of wolves track me. I was scared, but they would just want my body, and that was it. They didn't want me.
They didn't want any sort of like transactional thing with you. Well, it kind of is a transaction because you're feeding them, but they weren't trying to sell you anything or get you to buy anything, right? Like they are doing it solely off of this wanting to survive. And I think that's like, yeah.
So it wasn't like they were trying to get into my mind.
Yeah, they weren't trying to manipulate you. They're not trying to manipulate you. Yeah.
They were just like, I mean,
there's no, whenever you come face to face with a pack of wolves, there's no ulterior motive.
Yeah, it was honest.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know why we're here. We're gonna eat you, starting at your asshole, and then that's where I would start.
That's the squishiest part.
Yeah, we're here to eat you. You know that. So there's nothing else we want from you except for your meat and your bones.
And the trees definitely didn't want anything from. Well, maybe my breath, but the trees really didn't care that I was sitting there watching them. They would have done it anyways. So I started thinking these things deeply, and I was like you. I was like, I can't go that deep. I'm going to discover something that I'm afraid of. But then about a week in, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go. I'm going to think the deepest, the darkest. I'm going to explore it all. When I did that and I finally gave into it, I realized I wasn't as afraid of my thoughts as I thought I was.
Yeah, I don't think I'm afraid of my thoughts. I don't know.
Where does this anxiety come from? Because anxiety usually stems from fear, Yoda?
Yeah, I mean, it does, but I think like it's just like a natural, just like, that's the only way to describe the feeling, like just like some kind of reaction from your nervous system. Like, it's just, I describe it as anxiety. It's just like more of like a kind of like
death by astonishment.
Just like astonishment, I think, is more of a better way to describe it, or like just like a breathtaking, or like kind of like, I don't know, just like some kind of moment, like that kind of feeling, which is like just triggers like this feeling in your body that you associate with anxiety, that I associate with anxiety, which is like a tingling kind of feeling that you feel in like I feel it in my face and like my ears and like my chest normally, like if I get
increased
anxious.
Heart rate.
Yeah. Like I associate that kind of feeling. Just tingling.
I used to get those like panic attacks. I called them panic attacks when I was a kid. I used to get that all the time. Literally, when I was a little kid, I would almost every night cry myself to sleep because I was so afraid of dying and so afraid of like, this is me like 5 years old having these freaking thoughts like this. Like, what is this all about? What is the world? I'm just lying in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm supposed to be sleeping, thinking about stuff you should not be thinking at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, no, especially like at 5, man. It's pretty heavy.
I had a lot of close experiences with mortality as a kid, so I think it probably brought it to the surface quicker than a lot of people.
Than most, yeah.
But I was just like thinking, like, what does this all mean? What happens if I die? And like, also I was raised Catholic, so it was very much fire and brimstone was shoved down your throat all the time.
If you're not a good boy and do what we tell you to do, you're gonna go to hell. You're gonna go to HE double hockey sticks, boy.
I remember at like 7 years old looking at my closet going, all right, if you're real, appear. Come on, an angel, show me something. And I would sit there and stare at my closet, be like, something's gonna appear. You got to make it appear. Nothing ever came, but.
So like, where are you like religiously now? Are you atheist or like agnostic or just like, what are you? What's your stance?
I think I've gone back and forth. When I was 7, so I was raised Catholic, hardcore Catholic, very, very religious. And I was an altar boy, and I would go to church 3-4 times a week. And then when I was about 17, I completely lost my religion, lost my faith, lost everything, was completely, I'm like, completely scientific, completely agnostic, kind of like I didn't know what was going on. Is there God? I don't know, maybe not. So I started studying science, physics, I got deep into physics. I love physics. Started studying things like, quantum mechanics and all this stuff that is labeled smart person stuff, but it's not really. It's just, it's like, smart people can also learn statistics about baseball that I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. So I'm not trying to say that I'm a smart person, because I'm not. I'm actually an idiot. I just study things that people think are smart, and I don't really understand them that well. So I can't be that smart. But I started going deep into them, and I started the first questions I had is, okay, what is this stuff made of? What are we made up of? What's a chair made up of? What are molecules? What are quarks? What are gluons? What are and you start going down and down and further, and what science really starts describing is states of not even matter, just states of coordinates, states of information. So I'm looking through, I'm like, what is the Higgs field? What is all this stuff? Like, if you get deep and deeper and deeper, like, what is an electron? Like, it's a point in space. It's a point in time and space and coordinate. It's not really anything. So really, everything here, according to science, is not here. This is all just information, mathematical descriptions. Nothing is real. So I'm like, well, if nothing is real, then what is happening here? Like, what is the nature of even being? Why are we existing if there's actually nothing even here anyways? So I started realizing and started studying a bunch of religions. Started studying Buddhism, Taoism. Started studying, more of the esoteric Christianity, the deeper stuff that people don't tell you when you go to church. And it really comes down to me to be that we are just one thing, experiencing ourselves in different positions, and we're doing this to learn more about ourselves for some reason that I don't know. So I kind of have this idea that, thoughts themselves, like I was saying, when I was out there meditating in the woods, I started having this kind of epiphany that thoughts themselves aren't even real, right? Like, you have a thought, and it came up to me when I was thinking about dreaming, because I woke up from a dream, and I had a dream about something that felt very real, and I was like, this dream wasn't real, but man, it felt real. And then when I was sitting here in meditation and just thinking about the future and the past, my foster parents had just died, and I was grieving heavily. And I was thinking about them, and I was like, this thoughts I'm having about them in the past isn't happening now. Right? You can't go to the past. You've never been to the past. You've only ever been here. Ever. Always. Right? Past isn't some place you can go to. The future is not some place you can go to. It can only be here. And I noticed the algorithm, the programming behind it, was the exact same thing as the dream. When I was thinking about the past, when I was thinking about the future, it was a very similar algorithm. So I'm not saying there isn't a reality, but I'm saying whatever I think about the reality is definitely not real. My thoughts about what's happening can't be real. It's impossible. So as far as religion is concerned, I think it's very strange, which isn't real, but I think it's very strange that this book that was written 2,000 years ago perfectly describes what's happening right now. So I've been circling back to religion again.
Oh. Yeah, I believe there's some
points to it.
I believe there's some historical aspects of religion that are probably worth exploring. So yeah, for sure. Because yeah, like you said, I think science kind of points to some of that shit, and yeah, who knows, man? I don't like that stuff, and I don't like to dive into it, because I think like we talked about earlier, I think a lot of people lean on religion to justify doing malicious shit, right? Think about wars and fucking, any sort of made up religion, whether it not be Christianity or something like that, but I made up a religion, and guess what? We have to sacrifice children to do this shit, or we got to do this, we got to do that for this, and all this other crap. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like it.
Or I'm the gatekeeper of this knowledge, so you can't know it. But trust me, this is what it says.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're talking about I can read the magic. I can read the magic tablets in the hat, bitch. You can't read them.
Yeah, even going back to like probably like tribalism, you know, like there's always the witch doctor. He's the
there was always some sort of like conduit for said, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? A celestial being that was trying to convey a message to these people. Like, yep, you're my vessel. I'm gonna communicate through you. But yeah, which we all know
also these
bullshit.
People were like, you know, we were such a, when we're living in a tribe like that, and we're living hand to mouth, and we have to go hunt every day, and we didn't have farming, and we didn't have like any kind of abundance, where every single day was a struggle. It was a sign of opulence or wealth that you could have one person who was just going to sit there and think about this stuff. So they were revered. You know, you had like, even in the Greeks, you had the Stoics who would sit on the stoas on the steps in the Roman days, and they would just think. And they didn't have to work, didn't have to go to school. People would just bring them food. Be like, okay, your job, just tell us what the fuck is going on. We'll go get you the food. You just sit there. You seem to have a bigger brain than the rest of us. Same with the tribes. Like, okay, you're going to go do the mushrooms. You're going to go on the acid trips. You're going to do the psychedelics. Okay, you go talk to the other world. We'll look after you. You just come back and tell us the knowledge.
Do you think religion today is used in that same aspect?
Religion? No. Religion, I think, is manipulated and self-serving as the higher ups. I think it's a doctrine. I think a lot of the people up in the high ups of the church are just in it for the money.
Maybe not religion, but the people that are, I guess, would consider themselves evangelist or like an advocate for said religion. I think maybe those people are doing something similar, right? Where they're sitting around, not having to work. They're just telling people shit and getting money from them, or getting like whatever from them, right?
Yeah, I think that's very similar. I think that I think a lot of the organizations around religion, a lot of the organizations around, like, I kind of look at like the Bible. Like, I think I was telling Jack this. I kind of look at the Bible like a manual as to like the simulation, like we were talking about. So if the guy who created the simulation saw his created, let's say that your idea that aliens or whatever created the simulation, and they created a randomizer, are watching this thing go off, and then they see it going off the rails by some kind of anomaly. We're talking Matrix, maybe, like there's some kind of anomaly where the thing is going sideways and completely not going to be happening the way they intended, or they see that it's going to corrupt or implode on itself. So they're like, they got to fix it somehow. But because of the nature of its randomness, they don't want to go and just like start it over again, or maybe they've done that 1,000 times. And they're like, we got to have this randomness keep going. So maybe they decided, you know what, we're going to come down and be a player character and tell everybody, hey, relax, everything's fine. We're going to try to fix this from the inside out. And that would be Jesus. Jesus is supposed to be God and human at the same time. So maybe Jesus was an avatar of God, right?
Did he have a ponytail? To fix it. Did he have a ponytail, and then they connected their ponytails together, and then they could ride one another?
Like an avatar? Not the right kind of avatar. Wrong avatar.
Oh shit, dude.
But I don't know, man. If it's the simulation like that, I don't freaking know. I just know that what I think about stuff is definitely wrong. I'm definitely wrong about it. I'm not smart enough to know what the heck is actually happening, which is why I decided to do this podcast and figure out.
You could be wrong. You could be right. I mean, I think there's probably a lot of people that think similarly. Like, you know, I mean, is there a right and there a wrong? Who's to say?
I don't know. I don't
have the authority for that.
Well, and this is what I was saying. If the Bible is right, then like we're talking about what's good and what's bad. Right, we're putting our own judgment on, you know, what is a good thing, what is a bad thing. That's things we like, things we don't like happening, right? It's bad that someone does something to me, like stab me. I don't like that, so that's bad. It's good that they give me food. I like that, so it's good.
It's so bad that they're a stranger and talk to me. I don't like that.
So our idea, our human idea of good and evil is things we like, things we don't like. And I would say what's really, if we take the Bible, I'd say what's really good and evil is things that God likes and things that God doesn't like. So even there's things that we might like to do, like, pleasures of the flesh or whatever they would call it, and any type of things like that, we like to do that. Maybe God has a better understanding of why we shouldn't.
That's a sin, and you're going to burn in hell.
I don't think God wants any of us to burn in hell. If this is truly his creation and it's a God-driven simulation, maybe it's just a God-driven simulation. Maybe it's not aliens. Maybe God's an alien. Maybe what you consider aliens.
You're throwing too many possibilities out there at one time.
What if? Who freaking knows? Like I said, you can what if to infinity. That's the problem with what if.
Yeah.
So we got to go back to like first principles. You got to try to figure out, okay, what do I know? I'm here right now. I'm in a room, right? I see a glass of water in front of me. These are the things I know, kind of, right? Because I'm relying on my senses. So this is what I do. I try to come back when I get off on these what if tangents and go down this crazy rabbit hole. I agree it is stressful. I agree it does bring up a lot of anxiety for me. So I go back and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm sitting here in my chair. Do I feel my butt in the chair? Yes or no? You start answering those simple questions. Then you can start seeing a little bit more, have an inclination of what reality is all about, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. None of us fucking know, dude.
I think that's the point. There's certain mysteries that just are always going to be mysteries,
Fuck, dude.
That was deep. It was almost like a stream of thought.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to hop off right here, but I kind of have to roll. But I think, hopefully you have some content you can use here.
I think it was a great conversation, man.
It was good to talk to you, man, and good to see you again. Hey, look, my dog.
It was great to catch up.
Yeah, it was great to catch up with you, man. Like, we probably need to catch up a little bit more and not be strangers, because I started kind of reconnecting with Jack and Jordan and those guys, because I hadn't really connected with them in quite some time. So, because it's kind of just life shit, like we talked about earlier. Yeah, but yeah, man, we need to like catch up and do it again soon.
Yeah, it was great to see you, man.
Yeah, you too, brother.
All right.
Now I have to get
back. Thanks for the conversation. I really appreciate you doing this.
I have to do work stuff now.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
All right, brother. Talk to you later.
Peace out.
Later.